What's up, fam?
What's up, Red Moon?
Fam. Red Moon Podcast
Number
2. I'm Daniel.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Michael Sean.
Yo, we're so excited to bring you guys these podcasts, man. We actually made it to number 2. You know how it is sometimes, you say, we're going to get to this, and you never do.
Right.
We here.
So, doing it.
What? Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
So how are we starting this off today?
Let's kick them off with the icebreaker. I think we did the icebreaker last time. I think that was pretty fun.
I think that's pretty fun. I mean, we're still tweaking it and trying to learn what we're going to do from it. But yeah, let's do it.
And I think how it should work is, you guys, if you like the icebreaker, let us know. Like, again, this podcast is going to go based off a lot of your feedback. Let us know, yo, I like when you guys did that. I like when you guys did this. True. And, or I didn't like that. Let's try something different. Give us some ideas.
Well, first off, we in a podcast room.
Oh, check the podcast room, baby.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, it's kind of it's held together
bare
with
bones,
duct tape. You know what I'm saying?
But it's
getting there.
Here.
It's a little messy.
It's kind of all over the place.
But we're working on it.
The frame looks good. We're
you know what I'm saying? We gonna upgrade. You guys
behind the scenes,
Yeah, and it was tough getting all the sound for 4 mics ready and all this stuff.
Oh my goodness!
If you guys have been riding with us for a while, then you know it's the same thing with the gaming room.
Right.
Sound is.
And then if you can see our little figures, we got that when we went to Sakura Con.
Yeah,
you know
we got the red moon in the back. I'm gonna update this. I made that. Wait. The camera throws me off.
Yeah.
I made that.
Good job.
But anyway, let's jump in the icebreaker. What are we gonna do, Daniel?
We're gonna spin the wheel. A mythicality.
Spin the wheel.
Just joking. That's already trademarked.
Yeah, don't get us sued. All right, what do we got?
All right, so we are spinning the wheel of power.
So we're gonna do this time. We're just gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
We'll obviously change it more and more as we do it, but it's like who would beat who, and we just threw a bunch on here, and then we got to try to defend those people. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go. Spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel for Jerry.
We're going for.
Oh, my first.
Yeah, you're first.
All right, bet.
Who you got?
Let's see.
You got.
Let's see.
Edward
Elric.
Okay.
I would go for Daniel.
Okay, what do I got?
Daniel.
Give me DPS. Jerry.
Dang, you win. You win, bro. How am I supposed to go against that, bro?
Oh my god. All right.
How am I supposed to go against God mode?
We'll spin for me.
So you got guts.
I got.
Where's the
there's
S?
no S, but
Gut. You're somebody's gut.
gut check.
No, that's what it is. You're someone's gut.
It's just a liver punch.
You're somebody's.
Yeah.
Your gluttony's belly off of Full Metal.
Right. Actually, here's the thing.
I mean, I'll take that. That's OP.
Let's argue it, and then we'll vote. We'll talk about who we think would actually win. But arguing it, who wants to kick it off? Who thinks they have the best argument right out the gate? I mean, probably Daniel, but let's keep it real.
So, what y'all don't know about Jerry,
you gotta say you can't diss me, bro. You gotta argue it.
What you don't know about Jerry,
right? What are they not?
And I don't like to talk about it as much. Is first off his ability to know the future. His "it's gonna go" is always on point,
bro.
100% right.
So his ability to know what's gonna happen before it happens already gives him a step
right
ahead. You also don't know he follows the One Punch Man regiment, right? 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups. 5
once a year.
Stop messing with my argument, okay? Listen.
Here's the thing, you win. Like, let's just give it a stack.
Listen. The mirror's even scared of him.
Wait, I don't know if that's a good thing, bro.
That's how I'm just saying. That's how fear. That's how much fear
I scare my own self in the mirror.
Listen,
you turn. Oh snap! Your mirror reflection runs away from you.
That's pretty strong.
Like it comes back. Like, oh, bro, sorry, you startled me, bro.
I saw us.
Yeah. You know how it is. Yeah,
and not even that. Let's not even talk about his number one power. He's able to clown with the best of them, right? He hurt your feelings.
But I've changed. I'm having a son, and I've changed, so you can't use that on it. So you don't get that.
He'd be like, who you going? Guts?
Guts? That's alternate universe.
He'd be like, Guts? Oh, yeah, how's your girl doing?
Look at that. Guts.
And then Edward, where's your mother? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, so check it out. This is a tough one. You know what I mean? Because how is Edward
yeah.
gonna be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I see all that. No,
And you're really wearing guts.
Check
on
it
your
out.
shirt right now, too.
I know. I'm repping guts. I would argue against it.
I already win.
Right? Can you imagine like Full Metal comes up, you know what I mean? Like wearing a gut shirt, like, let's go. Man. So first off, I'm a man of principle.
Okay.
All right.
That's true.
Except when I sacrifice my little brother's body for my mom. Besides that, it's all about equivalent exchange. You know what
But
I'm
you're
saying?
also 4'3".
Don't you dare! That the way he turns up in that show when he gets called short, bro, so funny. No, but check it out. I'm short, but I got that.
That alchemy.
You know what I'm saying? I got that alchemy. So first off, unlimited weapons. You know what I'm saying? Swords.
But I see that coming.
Guns?
I'm Jerry. I see that coming.
Nah, you're just a human, bro. Let's keep it a stack. I mean, for the sake of
Am I a human, Jerry?
Not kidding. Okay, I guess I do have to fight against God power. All right, so how would I fight against God power? No,
Here's the thing.
what's up?
I'm Guts. I do fight against God powers constantly. Well,
Yeah,
demonic.
exactly. You're
powers,
cursed. You're
but-
stressed.
Right.
You're depressed.
But he's always down. He's already down. Always down to throw hands. He's always ready because there's always something after him.
What are you gonna do with a sword and a little You don't even have a
He's got
a
a sword
compact bow.
that a human can't
You don't even got a
use.
compact bow. You just got a little like hand bow.
I mean, let's not call it like a sword. Let's call that like a
a metal 2x4.
yeah. Let's call it a 2x4.
And he swings this with one hand.
So strength
True,
is
and one
crazy.
eye.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. That's not a good thing. Like that's you're worse off for that.
What about his suit?
Yeah.
Nah, that don't count.
Yeah. What,
That don't count.
You can't use that.
what if he's going with a berserker suit?
That's manga. We talk about anime.
That's not live action. Jerry's not an anime.
Listen, but are you also 36?
Yeah, I'm a 36-year-old
Gray hair.
unemployed.
And a nose ring? You can't beat this.
Yo, don't make one of the nose ring, bro. That's midlife crisis. Don't play with the midlife
And
crisis.
a gold probably chain.
He's just channeling as Jerry. He's taking them dicks.
Okay, first off, the swag. Wait, I can't argue for your
You're
character.
arguing.
Your
Jerry.
character is exactly. He's losing. That's what this is tough. I start automatically arguing for. Okay, we've spent enough on this. Let us know who you guys think won.
It's Guts.
It's not Guts,
It's
bro.
Guts.
It's either Jerry or Edward. Let's keep it a snack.
Well, the people
Absolutely
can
good.
decide.
The people can decide. You gotta tell us who won. And we'll go on from there. What do we got next, Michael Sean?
Edward
What are we
couldn't
talking
even
about?
save a
Edward?
kid and a dog.
That's true. He couldn't even.
I mean, he
say
kind of
that.
did save them
Well,
until
They're
That's what you call
alive.
save.
True.
they're alive.
Anyway, yo. So let us know if you guys like those, man. Those I think they're fun. Maybe we get more characters. Actually, give us characters you want on there if you do like that.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But yeah, we'll be doing icebreakers just to start off, just to be goofy.
Yeah.
Loosen us up.
Next up, man, let's get into
We're rolling into the Nerdcore.
Nerdcore.
We're gonna start off with,
Honestly-
what we're known for and talk about some stuff going on.
that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
I mean, we're here because
we're
of
covering
Nerdcore.
other stuff, but that'll
Right.
be a little later. In
Did
the
you show your
podcast.
face, Mike Sean?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Here and there.
Yeah, so Nerdcore, we always start off with Nerdcore because that's where we that's where a lot of you guys know us from. So that's what's dope, and that's what we're loving right now.
Let me say something about Nerdcore real quick. Nerdcore, what it's done is like it's got us back into our passion of doing things. We were like, man, life, working, kids, you know what I mean, all this stuff, and we're like, yo, we got to do something in this anime world, and we're like, let's react to Nerdcore. We never knew it would like become something. It's not, it is what it is. We're almost at 10K, and some people might think that's just whack. We think it's amazing. We get to chill with 10,000 people
Dope
that are
people.
like-minded, that are messing with us.
Yeah.
And it brought back, that passion in doing this and then, talking to you guys. So that's why we're going to start with it. That's why it's going to be heavy in of our conversation in the podcast.
But yeah, it's a lot of what we do every
right.
single week.
So basically, what we're gonna do the same thing like we did last time. We did DPS. We're gonna do SWAB this week.
So
we like to show appreciation to the artist,
right.
because that's they do the work. We just get here and we get to commentate on it. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate them.
Wait, before we get into that, we got an issue at foot.
At foot.
Okay.
How does it say?
A foot.
Yeah, a foot.
Whose foot?
Issue a foot.
Yeah.
So we wanted to get DPS and Mix on the podcast. We still will. We're talking to Mix right now. We might end up doing like one with Mix and try to do one with DPS, but let's be real. DPS dodging us. I never know what it felt like to get ghosted, bro.
He out here like the
he's like, yo, hit me up, and then he's ducking the calls. You know what I'm saying? No, like we figured, we actually surprised that we were gonna be able to make that happen on second podcast anyway. And so we know that dude's busy. Mix is busy too, man. So are we.
Working
and so
a full-time job too. So.
I think it might be best to split them up, but we don't know. It's in the works. We got like probably 10 artists that we're gonna be doing these things with. Hopefully, we'll do. We'll start getting to the point where we can do one with us, one with the artist, and do like 2 a month. That's the goal.
That'd be fine.
But it's a work in progress. So I just want to say that.
We still here. We gonna get it.
Yeah, we gonna get it. We gonna be here. So let's get into it.
All right.
Swap. Okay.
So
swap.
And did we say what it is? So we pick an artist. We highlight 3 of their songs, what we're liking. Daniel picked 3. I picked 3. Mike Sean eventually will.
Well, we're gonna do 5.
There's 5 total.
Right.
But the videos we show will be 3 of them.
Or we're doing 6. 6 total. Top 3 from each of you, and then you'll have 2 honorable mentions.
Just to talk about them.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing with the honor. It can go back
These
and
are in no
forth.
order, but
They can go back and forth.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, I had a list of like 15 songs that I tried to narrow
SHWABADI's
down.
hard, bro.
Like him with DPS is super hard
you
to.
just had to pick. You know, it was more like I just had to pick something.
What was that kind of feeling when I was going through the songs kind of thing?
Yeah,
because he has like 15, 20 songs that I was just like, how is this not on the list? And this doesn't mean in order. This is what I liked it in, and it's his best song in the world. So you can beat us up if you want. Comment it and beat us up if you want. Helps the algorithm.
Yeah.
Nah, but
But these are our songs.
Let's go. All
right.
Let's get into
What
it.
do we got
We'll
first?
start with Jerry's first one.
All right.
That's mine's too.
Oh, so the first one was the.
Wait. It might be Daniel. I think I switched
that's
it up.
mine.
I think I switched it up.
Yeah, I don't think that was my
Yeah,
first
that's not
one.
yours. No, that's not yours at all.
I think
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had that.
It was
in the
on your
longer
list, but yeah.
Listen,
This is Daniel's first.
This is this is just no order or anything, but I love this song. First off, wait,
This
before you
song
play
is
this,
hit.
before you play this, we heard this beat. We are going
Hey,
through beats,
we almost made a song to this beat so many times.
and when I was hearing the song, because the beat's fire, I was hearing the song and I was like, I swear I heard that beat before.
right.
And now I never.
You got a sample too. Now it's ruined.
Huh? So, anyways, play a little bit. Let's get down to it.
Yeah, we
Golden-
probably did the song. We just deleted the beat.
Right.
You know.
If uncertainty's a person, then I'm dropping the cunt. I lost the only person
This
that's ever
beat is
given
one
me
of the sickest
direction.
beats I've
And you
ever heard.
can't buy a cable to re-establish connection when I
Hey, people listening, we're dancing right now. Get on the YouTube.
Get up. People listening, get up. Live.
And this AMV was fire too.
Yeah,
He did that scream. Okay.
definitely,
I am not
All right.
myself. Okay, listen.
definitely one of the top edge runner.
So the reason I like the song because it fit his character so well. The main character, Will, it fit the main character so well. Like it got I felt like it got really into his mind, and I like that. Swab was rapping like at a low like a calmer
Right.
like in his mind calmer like mentality, except when he was like screaming all those things in the background, and like he did a couple things, and he said some dope things in the song. So what do you say? Bright lights, the skies, a fight with psychosis. Fire strikes at night in final try to be noticed. I'm lying in sight of the truth. I find that it's coded. Doctor, double my dosage.
Bro.
And again, it's just in the character. He wrote it very well. It's in the character as well, and the psychosis that the character was going through, especially when he got more and more parts added to his body. Yeah, modified.
Yeah,
Well,
we talk about
that,
that.
that's how it ends, right? Like he's like just enough to stay conscious before he loses it. If he
Right.
But I mean, and
most of his
Swab killed. I mean,
doses that
he
can take.
he killed it. Like that's what we said. I didn't even want to try to make a song to that beat. He did. So
Yeah,
good.
no, I mean, and that just, dude, when I heard that he was doing a song to that, when I was like, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because like he bodied it, bro, and it makes sense for his rap style. So good job, Schwab, on that one. Good job, Schwab. That's a bar. Let's get it.
All right, we're going into one of Jerry's.
Okay.
What'd you
All
got?
right.
Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I don't remember my list because I looked through so many, and I remembered it when we were going to do the first podcast, but we ran this out.
Again, like it's so hard. It's hard. I don't think any of these are like these are my top three. These are just three really good bangers.
They might be my top three, but it's like I would have to sit there and look over it for hours.
There's so many of Swab that you can pick.
Let's get it.
It's
what do
really
we got
good.
for him?
So with Jerry, we're going first. Solo.
I know with Dizzy.
So Dizzy first off was a great feature on this one.
Yeah, it was a really good.
You know what I'm
feature.
saying? And they went crazy.
Yeah. Omar killed the beat too.
Run that. Yeah.
I'm so excited for solo leveling anime.
So good.
Blessed with a gift you ain't heard of. You say that he really want beef. Tell him come see, be happy to serve you. You gotta peep the ascension. Made a space for the word that's an ending. All eyes on me from the entrance. I can turn your crown jewel to a pendant. Sing through the dark, that's the phantom of the eye.
Dizzy did kill that. Dizzy did kill that.
Since they feel about but they never can mimic it. Look in my eyes, you can see who the realest is. Plot you can try, you gon' see what a menace is.
Make them chill with it, put them on ice. If they enter with semblance of any intent, then I bet they want exit alive. Enter my sight and I'm ending a life, ending a fight when I enter it, right? If you can see what I saw, I ain't tipping the scales, I'm just setting things right. Cause the bounce is fucked, I'm appending it. I'm no one to play with. See, I'm a player, but that be rigging the game where you be living the same. I took the system and tamed it. See, I be facing the digital embrace, the ready for the payment, mixed fist at the pavement. If the school watch act up, they get clapped on innovation. Packed up, I'll get a jump right with the aiming. Couldn't jank any to soldier. Alright, lost in translation. So we'll let the money talk.
My guy.
So I mean, I'll get straight to the chase. I mean, the reason why I picked this one was just the flow, because like they just ate. You know what I'm saying? And then I think so one thing that SHWABADI does really good is going from that low to high energy. His cadences are wild. And so for him to just come in and eat like that, this was one of the songs that just reminded me of like his technical ability, which is hard to do, bro. Like it's crazy to like if I saw SHWABADI just like walking down the street, you know what I mean? I would never think he would be able to just rip like that. You know what I mean? Like
rip it live.
And what's crazy about him too, well, I won't get into it too much, but like some of his other songs, how he can go from just straight rap to like song
to rock.
It's crazy.
To like his screaming is crazy too.
Bro. So shouts out to you, Schwab. Again, this is your little chunk we're giving to the artist. If you don't know Schwab, but you do. If you're watching us, you've been on Nerdcore probably longer than us for the most part. You should know Schwab, but if you don't, go run his catalog.
Yeah, oh, there's so many good songs.
Let's get to the next one.
All right, so next one we're going with is Daniels.
All right.
It's Bougie Bomb.
Yeah. Did I not put this in my top 3?
This song
It's in your top 5.
Yeah,
Okay,
this beat
It floated. It floated.
This beat is insane. This is
I
SHWABADI
remember
too.
Daniel and I went crazy.
I don't really fuck with the drama. Rounds are like bombs, might be beat you dumb. Send that boy up, send that boy to the farm.
His flow in this one.
His video.
Yeah.
Who am I? Beast of the leaf from a feudal time. So it was unleashed, now it's do or die.
He starts
Unified
flowing.
from inside, you combined, you define it. So who am I? Bit of a mix of the yin and yang. Might be a beast, but I've been the man. And I know they all pissed, I ain't give a damn. You think your chick really loyal for going up, but she busted open like piggy banks. Heavy-handed like kilograms, so I keep it 100. Stay scoped in the dark like a hidden cam. I don't really fuck with the drama. I don't really fuck with the drama.
Yeah.
Rounds are like bombs, might be beat you dumb.
All right.
Okay.
I love that. I love the gun sound.
Yeah.
This song
Send that boy
hits.
up, send that
This
boy
song
up.
hits in your car too, bro.
Like,
I remember when we first heard this, I was just like,
and
yo.
like, bro, Schwab is one of the coolest people. Like, when it comes to rapping, he's so cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's got swag forever.
Yeah, what he say? One of my favorite lines is here. He says, "Stick lift like motion controllers. You think we play because
Yeah.
Say, think he immortal. I'm watching him decay, gripping a can like a canvas. So we spray. It's fire. Spray like say with a thing. Drawing the tool in no time like speed paint. If I air him out, then he gonna get fumigated.
Ooh.
Fumigated.
Yeah, man. Like,
Bars.
that one was like instant playlist. I remember the moment listening to that. So shouts out. Let's get the next one.
All right, so next
Karama.
Jerry's.
Your mama.
So Daniel, this one was top 5, but now you're top 3. So
I'm as surprised
have
as you
this
guys
on
when it
there.
gets to it.
Huh?
I don't remember till you hit it, and then like I'm as surprised as you guys.
Yeah, you get a little gifty in there.
You know what I'm saying?
So this is Jerry's. Sorry, pulling up my list. He's
Yep.
a liar.
So
Is this on your list?
Pause it real quick.
It's on there.
Hold on.
The only reason that I didn't is because I was like, I don't want to put the songs that, because I was strictly trying to do nerdcore like songs in there, and I was like, I want to put this song.
I had to highlight it,
but I felt like you were gonna put it in there, so I didn't put it.
and
in
I
there.
thought like
was
that
right.
for a second. I
I
thought
was
about nerdcore, but I was like, you know,
This
it's
song is
about
so good.
highlighting the artist. Even though this is in the
That's true.
nerdcore spot, I was like, I can put it in, especially because it's such a big song for me. There's a lot of people's original work that is really great, but it doesn't hit like this. This song
This
is
whole album,
so
but this song,
damn good.
this side of Swab is.
That's what I'm
fantastic
saying.
To see.
Let's run it.
You could probably play. This song isn't even that long either. It's like 2 minutes. Huh?
Yeah.
You can play a nice chunk of it. Just the words in this, man, and like the tone that he got.
And he doesn't even have a crazy amount like a verse like in the thing. I think
Right.
the second
No,
verse is,
he doesn't really
very
rap.
short, like
And it sounds to him, SHWABADI.
Sing it, Jerry.
Don't trust the words that it say. You've been here before.
Why can't I remember the
Look
lyrics?
where it led.
I need a karaoke thing.
Don't think with your heart, use your head. You're fighting a war. It's already dead. The winds don't leave, they just got to remind you. Pen that's behind you. It claws at your chest, it's infecting your mind too. Don't keep looking back, it'll find you. If I could turn it back, I would try it. Not like the same fucking fires. Cause I don't know what I am when the lights on. Hope they don't know he's a liar. He's a liar.
That little second.
He's a liar.
I always have like a vision in my head when this gets like movie play out.
I know. We thought about doing a short skit to this thing.
This whole album is very nice.
This bar right here, or this line.
I love this stuff.
4 a.m. I hit 100 with my headlights on. I've never felt so close to God.
Got it.
If I could turn it back, I would.
Yo.
You know how many times I've listened to that repeat?
Oh my
On
god.
repeat, yeah.
Bro, man, Schwab, that one, that's a freaking masterpiece.
That album's still up there, cycled in my life.
yeah,
With every,
100%.
and you guys got to realize, we ain't joking when we talk about nerdcore. This music for us is up there. We ain't talking. Oh, I hear a lot of people say this, you know, and a lot of people say this. So if you think I'm talking about somebody or some people, a lot of people say regular music.
Yeah.
And regular to us, especially because nerdcore was like a dream come true.
Right.
This is regular music. It's up there with everyone. It's up there with when we stack these guys up. We stacking them up with our top Tupacs and Kendricks and all them.
Yeah.
Straight
I
up.
do want to, after we finish going through these songs, I do want to talk about this concept of feeling like it's a gimmick, like and what it is. I would like to. We could talk.
We can talk about that.
Yeah,
We can talk about that.
But so next song, is this the song we had that was the same?
So this is the one that's in common. So I
Listen.
think we get both.
This was our third one and the same.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
listen.
Well, so I rearranged the list because this was the shared one. So this actually fell.
You just go to the fourth. Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah. So this actually
That's
fell
fine.
different spots on your list.
Well, let's do our fourth one. Let's do our next ones.
In your original list.
Well, okay. Well,
And I don't remember what you.
Well, just play this song and then we can.
Yeah, that's fine,
Yeah,
that's
we can play the song and then we can do we
next
can do another one too, or a couple more.
So SHWABADI.
Listen,
Look like.
listen. This is one of Aaliyah's favorite, my daughter's favorite songs, and it is
It's a banger.
he's so gangsta in this song.
it's fire, and then the hook is fire too.
That long
And we
nose
talk about
bar,
regular
bro.
music.
I got a couple bars I like
This
that.
is, I drive down the street with this song playing.
Bro,
Bumping.
Windows
what it look
down.
like? Let's
Like-
hear. Windows down, systems up.
Death. I woke up and I felt
Feel
like
like
death.
death.
In fact, I feel like I've never slept.
Slept.
Black 3-piece on a Kevlar vest. I look like death. Excalibur the long nose, and a small success. You're just boomers, can't handle tech. Head to head, it's going hit like death. Man moves like Icarus, thinks he's right. Till I dust his wings and bring it down to size. Make him run them things, he wears jacket style, but don't get it twisted. I'm a man of culture, lifestyle British. Bust the tool, but keep the pinkies lifted. Wipe my shoes before the door gets kicked in. I'm the top of the classes, I ace the metrics. Fuck asymmetrics, all in my aesthetics. I'll give the head, and if a man comes stepping at me, trying to wave a weapon, I'm facing death in several ways. Every day, two bad bitches resonate. Hold the mic and pass, slip a clipping list, cause I'm about to let him spread.
You see me pulling up in that black and
And
white.
this
Put that to his face, now he acting right. Then go shoot from the cannon, so
This
say
is one of
goodnight.
the
Cause these
dopest
bullets connecting
books
like
in
satellite.
Nerdcore,
They ain't
my
never gonna know about this kind of life. Turn his soul into fragments, don't need a sight. My eyes need a soul for the appetite. Try me rolling, I'm doing it out of spite. Remember status, the cannons, I grab him and I execute. If you want smoke, then I'm popping for sure if you finna come through. I got a step on my side like Rick when it flare goes.
It's like, I feel like genius writing right there.
Well, the Ric Flair bar, because that's what I mean. Ric Flair's a wrestler.
I just mean the note,
Yeah.
the way it was sang. I feel like that was a genius hook right there. On top of just SHWABADI coming in and just going bananas. What you got? What bars you got, man?
The couple bars that I really like. Don't get it twisted. I'm a man of culture, lifestyle British. Bust the tool, but keep my pinkies lifted. Wipe my shoes before the door gets kicked in. So he's like, cause he's like super proper, like
Right.
What is his name?
He's OCD.
What's his name again?
Death the Kid.
Death the Kid. Yeah. And then the other one is
So close.
the other one is if man comes stepping at me trying to wave a weapon, I'm facing death in several ways every day. Two bad bitches resonate.
Yeah. That junk is crazy, bro.
Bars, man. Dude, that song is so good. Okay,
So yeah, man, like that.
So
That
do
was
you
my
wanna-
number one for sure.
That was three.
That was three.
That's three for each.
So
At
we could
least
just-
the videos. But
Did we
you
have
guys had
another one that was
two
the
in
same?
each. So you guys had three that were the same, but didn't fall in each of your top three. So both of you
Okay.
had He's a Liar.
Let's do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then both of you had Bushi.
Oh, and then we had that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I think you have
So let's-
one each that is just an honorable mention.
Let's just. We don't even have to play them.
So I mean, I have Devil's Blade freestyle.
Yeah.
One of the first SHWABADI songs that we ever listened to.
Yeah.
But again, it was two songs that we've ever listened to where it really messed up the sound. Maybe there's a couple more I can't remember that messed up the sound that I remember vividly.
I know.
And it's
I
Devil's Blade, so there was never Devil's Blade released, but we did it. But the sound was messed up.
How long ago did we do that?
Very at the beginning.
That was his first one.
Yeah, it's the first SHWABADI song that we listened to.
because I remember that was just like, who is this?
And then
Not even, I don't know if it was
DPS
who this because we might have heard him on. I think we might have heard him on
Probably
something,
Cypher.
and then we were like, let's check something out.
Yeah.
And then we were like, yo, this dude went
Devil's
white.
Blade freestyle is fire.
And then what was one of the fourth ones?
Yours was Remir or
oh yeah. The slime.
yeah.
Yeah. So I like that one because they were spitting on that one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, yo, that's our like top. I guess what would you say? 3
Trust
to
me,
5.
there's still 10, maybe 5 or 10 more that we didn't say on there. That
Right.
We like, but
What's your top 5, 3 to 5 SHWABADI songs? Did you guys like our list? You think it's fair? Beat us up if it wasn't good. But come on, bro. That you heard that list.
You can't be.
You
wrong
can't
with
be
any
mad
of
at
those
that
songs
list.
either. Like that's the thing. Like when you talk about SHWABADI, it's like you're like, oh, any song that
Can
someone
you-
says, you're like,
can
oh, I
you be
get
wrong?
why that's in your top. But
Right.
also, like if you say any other song, I would still be like,
I get why that's in your top.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Like, you can understand why it's
Right.
there.
So
All
shout
right,
out Swab.
so-
If you haven't listened to his music, go listen to his
Yeah,
music.
man. Maybe we'll clip
y'all
this,
most likely
make a
have.
shorter video or something.
But yeah, we love your music and we're here for it.
Keep doing your thing, SHWABADI.
Every time you drop, we're gonna listen to it.
All right. So
Oh, let's talk about the gimmicks.
Let's
right?
talk about the gimmicks.
So that was a huge thing. I can't remember how long ago they were. Some people say that when you use nerdcore and those music, those are your gimmicks, and as soon as you step outside of that, it doesn't resonate. You know what I'm saying?
I see
You see what I do there?
Tie
It doesn't resonate as much, which is true. Which is semi-true, right? So obviously you see you can see the numbers on YouTube, so you can see when DPS does a song and then his song that he does that's personal does a lot less,
Right.
But it still doesn't mean that you don't have a fan base that's still going to listen to it. And if it's what you love to do and you like rapping about that stuff, it's not a gimmick. It's what you love to do. Now, people will enter in anything. It's even in regular hip hop. People will talk
You're gonna
about
have people come in.
Well, yeah,
trying
there-
to-
guns and
there's
drugs and stuff,
always-
and ain't never popped nothing. They
There's
never
always
did nothing.
been the sports rappers, right?
Right.
Who always make basketball
Yep.
player like bars and stuff like that.
Or the game who
Always the
drops
case.
everybody's name in it. You know, what I'm saying? You know, it's like
and
That's
there's
not
also
gimmicky though. Like no one calls
no.
that gimmicky.
When people are gonna come into any genre and try to put their 2 cents in and what you shouldn't do, that's just everything.
Yeah.
And to me, I look at it like this. I trust anime is gonna blow, and it has been. We have since we've always looked at anime and we're like, yo, this is tight, bro. Why are people hating on this? I get it because it's like the cartoon thing. That's how people on the outside see it. But it's
stories,
like, yo, look at the story. You know what I'm saying? And so we knew like people are sleeping on anime.
Facts.
And we trust that it's gonna continue. You see younger kids starting to get into more. Every bumper sticker I see is anime something.
Right.
If it's a young kid, comments on our shirts more than if I was wearing a Tupac shirt, like things like that.
100%.
And so like for people getting in nerdcore, especially if you're younger into it, or even if you're not, just understand a lot of the bigger guys that are in there, the reason why they're doing so well is because they just love it. They
love it.
Trust what they do unapologetically, and like they're about that. And so just trust that this is a genre that's
But
gonna
it would
move forward.
none of them would be where they're at if it wasn't good music at the end of the
Right,
day.
right,
Like,
That's true.
You
it has to be good.
And the
music.
other
Right.
thing too is like sometimes, and it's okay sometimes to want to step away. Like Swab's album that we just listened, He's
Right.
a Liar,
Right.
not anime at all, but it's
Same.
an amazing album. And I know that to
favorite
him,
music.
Right.
I know that to him, that's probably stuff he needed to get off his chest that he
Right.
wanted to do in an album for, which is dope, and that's how it should be. But then
Just
he
work
goes,
on
he can
making
go back to
quality
what he
music.
wants to. Yeah, he wants to go back to
Work on making
anime,
quality
comics,
music
it don't matter.
and do you know what I mean? Like that's one thing we always talk about, like what you like what you
Like
love.
what you like, love what
you
you
know,
love.
you'll hear us
Yeah.
say that a lot because people are going to try to come in and say you should do it this way or nerdcore has to be this or that. But the thing is like if you're called to do something, it doesn't matter. Nobody can decide you're doing it wrong or right. It's like we kind of talk about in the reaction. It's kind of different, but like we kind of talk about in this world. First off, we're reacting.
Yeah.
You can't do that wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A mass majority of people might not like the way you react or you pause too much or whatever, but you're still reacting the way you want to
you
react.
react,
So you're not doing anything wrong. Now you can adjust. Same with the music. You can adjust to try to get. It doesn't matter how you decide to run your business through music. Whether you just want to do stuff that's trending, that doesn't matter. Do it.
Yeah.
But if you want to do stuff that just you're into, honestly, that stuff most of the time shines through. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So, but yeah, that's our little take on, just trusting the process.
Yeah.
The thing about anime, here's why I trust it too. So anime, you have such a big untapped market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Hollywood hasn't touched it like they should. There's so
Well,
many
every time
good
they do, they turn it
stories.
to crap.
But that's still fine. I mean, if you think about, even old movies and old genres like romance movies back in the day,
Yeah.
like before they were like popping Hollywood, but like you get
Oh,
all
yeah.
these stupid ones. But like it has been a little worse because we only get a few here and there.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. Anime's still gonna be making billions of dollars on its own. It's always gonna have money to throw at that kind of stuff or try again. Especially as you see these artists and these kids.
Yep.
Because kids are going through school and they're like, I want to make an anime for my final project.
Yeah.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
And then that's when it happens. And
That's what
so-
I'm saying. Like, yeah, it's even became crazier now. Like my daughter just casually watching anime. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's just a thing.
I
now.
just
It's like-
walked in through the living room. She was watching My Hero.
Yeah, so it's like it's crazy.
what it is.
I also want to give a shout out to DPS. Home dude off of the boys gave a little
that was
shout out to him.
huge.
Yeah.
He said good song or whatever. Like that's fire.
That's
dope, man. Much deserved too.
DPS, bro. Run that one up. Keep living off, eating off that, boy.
That's fire.
Also,
And well deserved.
being in Nerdcore. We're just gonna talk a little bit about Nerdcore and what we can think of. These things are gonna get more polished. You know what I mean? We're gonna have more structure, more games and whatever. But you know what I mean? Like we're gonna kind of just go in there, guns ablaze.
This is two. We're just talking
yeah,
and
yeah.
we're figure out what you guys want us to
Figuring
dive
out
more in
style,
depth to.
what you
and
guys like. It's
what
about
you
you
don't
guys.
care about
I
hearing
think the
from us.
podcast, right? And I think the
Right.
podcast is more about you guys than anything. To be honest with
Yeah.
you, like when we talk about what we're consuming, what we're reacting to, things like that. That honestly is that's what we want to watch and consume. And yeah, we get feedback from you guys and what you guys recommend, but that's what we want to watch and then we react to it. Podcast is going to be a huge conversation with you guys. One thing, Dizzy's doing a contest he just announced.
I seen that. Yeah.
So if you didn't hear it, Dizzy, you heard it from Dizzy's mouth, I'm sure,
Right.
before our podcast that releases in a week. But if you did it, he's doing a contest. Go to his YouTube to get the details. So we're not gonna go into it much. But basically, he's just kind of show love to up and coming artists, and through that, you can there's like an entry fee, I think, for $50, so you can kind of support his process and help him grow his business as well as get yourself.
Well,
on the
and he's
radar.
using it. He's getting on his stream and he's gonna play y'all music. He's gonna go through it and talk about it. And I think it brings out the seriousness about it. If you want to have, he's got a pretty good following too.
Yeah.
So
He's
your
done
name's
them
gonna get
before.
out there, and he's gonna be real. And then you get to be, if you get picked, you get to be on a song with him, which is
I'm
a
excited
fire
to
thing
see
to
stuff
have.
like that.
What industry do you get that opportunity to go to someone who is major,
Pay
high up in
$50
and just be like, can I show you my stuff,
Yep.
pick your brain, and
I might send him a
possibly
song.
collaborate with
I
you?
might send him a song.
Do it, Jerry.
Might as well. We might as well just
Do
enter.
it, Jerry.
Let us know in the comments below if I should send him a song and blow his mind.
Not his mind.
What else? I mean, Nerdcore. Who's popping off? What we're excited to hear from, or who we're excited to hear from. We can talk about plans for the channel. We already talked about DPS ghosting us. That was on the list. Who are we excited for, man? Who's popping off?
It's obviously
There's a lot of level uppers.
I'm liking this alternative rock raps coming from Otaku Underworld, like Slick.
Shouts
Yeah.
out, guys.
A
We got
couple
plans
other
for some of
people in
those guys on the podcast.
I like
Trust.
what they're doing. Dab D, like I like what they're doing. Delta,
Yeah,
always
yeah.
like what Delta was doing. You know what I'm saying?
You know who? They're killing it. You know who else is killing it?
On the Set is probably one of the dopest songs
On
right
the
now.
Set. Oh, that's hey.
I'm excited to.
That
I want
song's
to see
a
that in
banger.
concert.
We listen to
man.
that like doing sound checks all the time. I can't just help.
It's
On the
it's
Set.
insane.
It's a good just to get hype, just before you start recording anything, man.
And I'm also I want to Game Boy Jones.
Bro, I started saying who was coming up, and you wanted to keep talking about
Yeah,
Otaku
my bad.
Underworld, and then you took the
My
thing
bad.
I was
Go
gonna say,
ahead.
and you got two back to back in a row.
Erase it. Erase it.
Can somebody else get a time to talk? Even though I've been talking most of the time.
Man in Black erased.
We'll cut it.
Y'all
We'll
forget
cut
what
it.
he said, yo.
Jeez, a shiny thing. No, I mean go for it. I mean Game Boy, man. Like
Game Boy's
dude is-
really,
There was somebody else that just leveled up.
really just on point right now. I can't tell you how much I like the humanoid typhoon track.
Oh my gosh.
So good. We just listened to his Naruto track,
Yep.
fire. His last track before that too, the Puss in Boots one,
Yep.
fire. He's just been in his
He's
bag.
been leveling
his
up.
Dizzy and Mix song,
Bro.
fire.
Oh,
like
you know who leveled up?
Who?
My guy Peso, which was is crazy. So
Peso's last
we're
song? Yeah.
huge Peso fans already. You know what I mean? Like if you guys missed the go to our Twitch. We'll probably start streaming on YouTube, but you can go to our Twitch. We play Mario Kart.
We got the
Mario
VODs
Kart.
out there on YouTube, so you can go watch
from New
those
York.
where we play.
Oh,
with
yeah, it's
Peso.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gaming
we got beat bad by Peso. So if you want to see that and laugh at us,
both Mario Kart and Mario Party.
both. But I'm leveling up on Mario Party, so
Are
you
you
have to
good?
watch
Are
out
you
next
good?
time.
Okay,
Not that I'm playing a lot, but I actually like try to let me learn this thing. But no, so Peso, which he was already leveled since his last album, Shiny World.
Yeah.
Too.
He we thought he leveled up. This guy did a song and just he even said he focused more on his lyrics on it. Bro, Peso, if you're watching this, listen to this.
Dope.
Do that again.
Keep
Because you're
doing
already
that.
dope.
Keep
And that's
doing that.
you know what I'm saying. Maybe we should do like Peso maybe next.
You wanna do Peso next?
week. What do you guys know?
Or next
Or what do you
next
guys know? What do you guys think?
podcast.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
down
saying?
for
I
Peso.
agree.
for
I'm down
that.
with Peso.
Yeah.
We might have to do 5 for sure on him. But yeah, that's who's leveling up. That's what I'm liking to see. I mean, obviously, we got some up and coming people in the game that we're excited to listen to, and so, what else, man? What else in Nerdcore? I know, we are always going back and forth with how many reactions we're going to do. So
There's a
bear
couple.
with us.
There's a couple. As far as channel wise, there's a couple things that we're trying to do.
Right.
A couple things that we're messing with, and just to get some more entertainment out there for you. Obviously, channel wise, we're working on the ebook. We're working on
So yeah, you saw the motion comic for Deuce's Wild. If you're following what we're doing, that's our manga that we're working on, and we're gonna be releasing the ebooks. Dude, it's hard work. Real quick, bro.
Yeah, Jerry-
Releasing an
Jerry's
ebook.
been spending
break
like
it down.
that.
Break it down.
I've
So
been-
if,
I've
if
been-
people if people want to release an ebook, like kind of break it down a little bit.
If you care, bro, like
their manga, yeah.
I've been like, there's been 3 solid. I mean, this isn't all the work, but like for the last 3 days, just trying to get the ebook set up for Amazon, KDP, getting it set up on other websites like Lulu to go through distribution and stuff like that. It's crazy, bro. And there's a lot of stuff I don't know. And I mean, even doing the manga bubbles and different pages and getting drawings, working with sketches for the artist, it's expensive.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time.
Consuming,
You got to
yeah.
be super detailed. Working with people to edit the story, make sure everything's on
Not
point.
counted, we went the extra step and did the motion comic.
We did the motion comics, so yeah, getting voice actors and people to do the editing to make the motion comic come alive.
Yeah, if you check that out, I mean, the voice actors, the motion stuff, we
Yeah.
did that all through Fiverr.
Yeah, man.
And we got hit up a lot by Nerdcore saying like,
They want
Yeah.
why didn't you hit me up?
So
you know?
so check it out. The store, it's so expensive that we are basing the movement on it, on how you guys react to it. And I'm pretty sure no matter what, we'll be releasing a first chapter that's kind of just like a full solid story with all the, because we wrote this story 10 years ago.
Yeah.
10 plus.
And so, you know, we've learned a lot with writing, with formatting stories. We've obviously experienced different kind of stories. And so like, we're going to, this first one that we released is kind of like a pilot. You get a chance to read it. And we'll give more information, you know what I mean, once it's launched. But like, if you stick with us on that one, we'll probably be releasing one. It's going to be a time skip. It's going to be cooler art. We're talking to the artist that we worked with like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't think I talked to Michael Sean about that. I got a hold of
I talked to you last time. I was like, when was the last time
I got a
we
hold
talked
of
to
him.
You got a hold of him, yeah.
Yeah, and so we're working on that, man. He's talented. I mean, we still gotta like do an interview with him, make sure he can do our new style that we're looking at. But it's gonna be dope, and you know, maybe we'll do some sort of like Kickstarter, see if you guys want to help support it. But yeah, man, it's been a process. So we're busy with that. We got the gaming channel, which we get together every week on the gaming channel, no matter what, and we go over stuff. And so that is taking up time.
Well, and it's been a little bit harder kind of figuring out what we're gonna do on there too, because we don't do music on there anymore.
Right.
So, because the music's all,
And
on
we
our
will
anime.
sometimes,
Yeah,
like on
yeah.
big
stuff.
ones.
So
Well,
we've been reacting
we're
to
pulling
trailers
up on
and stuff.
summer too, so you know we've got E3 or well all the not
Nah,
really
E3 got
releases, that
canceled.
doesn't exist
Oh, yeah,
anymore.
yeah,
but
yeah.
all the platforms
Should be releasing
yeah.
their stuff. So we have
So
more
we'll have a
gaming
lot of
trailers
content
and
stuff
stuff
coming
like that.
coming to
And
the
then we're
channel.
trying to get together and stream a couple games.
Yeah.
We
We
want
got
to
a
do a
lot coming
decent.
out this summer already. So
We got a decent. We want to do a decent stream on Zelda because
Yeah.
we're huge fans of that, and also on Final Fantasy 16.
And let's just move into gaming since we're already on it, and then we'll come back to like,
Okay,
talk
yeah,
about some anime stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, getting into gaming, we'll be streaming, like
Yep.
Daniel was saying, and on those ones, we're gonna turn up. We're gonna make maybe we'll make a drink, like a cocktail, something that has something to do with the game that we're playing, and we'll take you guys along on the ride for that. We'll do like 6 to 12 hours. We'll do a long chunk of stream.
We're old, so it most
Yeah,
likely
we said 24, and we were all like, nah. Maybe we'll do 24
I mean,
over.
obviously, you all know if y'all seen us on the gaming channel, you know we're older. Michael Sean's 29.
Yeah. Mike Sean's 29 for the last 10 years.
Forever 29.
Forever. That's instead of
Forever
forever
That's
29.
my new brand.
Forever 29.
Forever 29.
But yo, so like we'll be doing gaming content over there, and we'll probably be merging like technology into that side, talking about like
Yeah.
AI and things like that. We want to do things like writing games and creating games, and like eventually in the future. And so we'll probably start taking you guys on that process. And then
Well, yeah, I'm super pumped. I'm super pumped
What
for
else?
Zelda and Final Fantasy 16.
yeah, so we'll be streaming both of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
So
And then also we are going to start not only streams where we're streaming individually from our own house, so we could you guys can jump on a just boring stream where we're playing from some Final Fantasy Online or something,
Right.
or some Call of Duty, and we're just chilling. Those are a little more laid back, where you guys can kind of get to know us. And then our own individual streams can hopefully start soon, where you know maybe Daniel will jump in there and he's playing some old Final Fantasy 3 game and just talking to you guys, maybe give his own unique stories, and I'll do mine.
well, I've been thinking about playing. So don't kill me on this. I've never finished Chrono Cross. Chrono Cross is the original.
No, I think you're thinking.
Chrono-
Yeah.
Chrono Cross, the
Is that the
PlayStation game.
Chrono Trigger, man. What?
You're talking about the not
Cross?
the one where you can like rewind once you beat it, right?
No. Chrono Trigger, the one on Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Trigger, yeah.
Which is probably one of the highest rated games on the Super Nintendo.
I know.
And
Honestly,
so
I haven't
I'm gonna
even-
download it. I'm gonna download it, and I think about streaming that stuff too. But I don't know. I'm
And
back and forth on that.
I think it would be cool to for people to get to see like us individually just being ourselves, you know, not that we're not being ourselves, but like individually just being who we
Yeah,
are
yeah.
and what we're interested in.
Have a chance to talk to each one of us individually.
Yeah. And we got, you know, we're doing little TikToks and stuff like that. So, you know, you'll be able to check that stuff out, unboxings.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to be entertaining for you guys and not just do reactions, but do a whole encompassing thing.
which is what we've always loved. We've always loved every aspect of entertainment.
Right.
So you know, like we're working on mangas, and you know, want to eventually get that stuff to an anime. You know,
Right.
would be the end goal, but
Ultimate
playing
goal.
games and
Yeah.
all of that is just part of stuff we love and we want to do.
And honestly, when it comes to gaming, bro, I do miss streams. I miss being on and talking to you guys because I think we're gonna probably bring it to the YouTube channel because I think
Yeah.
more people will be able to jump on because not everybody has Twitch, not everybody wants to sign up for another person on Twitch, and you guys are the 1,000 people almost that we're at. Which shouts out to you guys. We're so close to 1,000 on that
Yeah,
one.
we're almost there, yeah.
And so you guys will be able to talk with us there. Just see when we pop in. You're already in that
and
anyway.
I feel a lot more people just regularly spend their time on YouTube as
YouTube is
opposed
the
to
thing.
Twitch. So
Yeah, you're not gonna be
if
sitting
they
there
see
just-
us there, they're like, oh, they're live.
Yeah, I feel like you scroll through YouTube more than you just go scroll through Twitch kind of
Right.
thing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
That's enough of us in the
that's
channel.
enough of us. But
Let's talk about. Is there any games that you're playing right now? Anything that you're playing at the moment?
I'm waiting for Friday. I think that's
I know that's about to suck me in.
Yeah.
I've been playing. So they released the Final Fantasy, all the Final Fantasies 1 through 6.
Yeah.
And
I've been
again,
eyeballing that pack.
I never actually beat 6, so I'm actually playing 6 right now. I was playing it all last night.
I
going
honestly
through the
haven't
story.
beat 4, 5, or 6.
I beat
So,
1,
really.
2, 3.
Yeah.
I don't know if I beat 4, 5, and 6.
I don't.
I got so mad at Final Fantasy 1 and 2 just because of the
They're hard.
Even
Back
now.
in the-
Well,
how do
if
we
you
beat
take a
games like
break,
that back in the day.
the
not even if you
game's,
take
like,
a
impossible.
not if you, even if you take a break. I'm playing now, and like they say something in the like one thing, and you start walking around, and you might have missed it what they said or where you have to go, and you're like, dang it.
So
You gotta restart the whole game.
I'm playing through I just bought the original 3 Dragon Quest.
Ooh,
Exactly the
the same
same,
thing.
though.
Yeah,
Well,
that's the issue
but
with the
here's how we
earlier
do it back in the day. I think we used to play it straight more, but like at least we can look it up.
We had
now.
better memory.
Hey, I'm in this. Maybe.
Yeah, I also feel like I read something and don't comprehend it. Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes
Well,
we'll just
because there's a
click
lot
and
of
through.
talk. So especially
So
when
it's
you're
all
playing
reading now. It's like I'm trained to be like, why are they not talking?
Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, I gotta click the
I gotta
button
read
again. Yeah, no, I mean, dude, do you guys have that experience? Where like, it can happen a couple ways. Like your little brother Michael Sean can, delete your game on the on your memory card back in the day.
Never once.
And then, or like, you know what I mean? You like we were talking about, you run into a spot where you didn't play for 2 days, and you're like, where was I supposed
was I
to
at?
go?
Yeah.
Now you can at least search like, hey, I'm in this place. Where do I
Where
go
can I
from
get out?
here?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna get pictures and everything. Like,
That's why they don't really make guidebooks. So and this is more recent, and that for crazy how the internet's been around. But like I worked at GameStop in like 2010, 2009, 2010, or 2011, 2012. Anyways, around that time, and they used to sell guidebooks all the time for
Right.
all the
I
games.
remember guidebooks.
I
bro.
mean, like every game had a guidebook. Now it's very rare that a game has a guidebook.
I miss those days, bro. Just even
What's the same thing?
smell of
When you opened up back in the day, when you would open up the game and it would have the booklet in it, and you would read
Those
everything
just
about.
don't even exist anymore.
No, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like Nintendo Switch games, like it's just a little disc and it's this big old thing you open up. There's barely anything in
nothing
it.
else in
You know
it.
what I'm saying? Like it's
Right,
just a little small
You could
disc.
probably sold me a container that was like
Yeah,
half the
yeah.
size.
You could use that to sell your drugs in. You know what I'm saying?
to sell it.
Yeah, you just
Sweet
got the
game.
game. You got the
You
game
just
in there.
spend $60 on a game.
No, you
for
take the game
case.
out and use the case. It's like you disguise it.
I mean, you got the game already, so.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a very expensive.
I'm saying you already got when you buy the game,
Yeah.
use
Yo,
all your extra casing.
Why don't
Bro,
you
I gotta
just?
put you guys in. We'll talk about it after.
Okay,
No,
gotcha.
You're selling in low volumes. You know?
Well, I mean,
trying to
yeah, I'm
start
not-
Yo,
it.
you just gotta use
bro,
a
I'm
fanny
not trying
pack.
to get caught like
You
that.
gotta
bro.
use a fanny pack.
Fanny pack. Yo, what else, man? What stories you guys got? Let us know, man.
How would you sell your drugs? No.
yeah. Gaming or CDs?
VHS cases, bro.
No, I think.
There you go. No one's gonna look at those.
Dude, I started
Why
Final
do you
Fantasy
have 100
9
VHS
again.
cases in the back of your car?
Bruh.
You started 9.
No, I started 9.
Okay.
But honestly, I don't have a lot of time to play. Like, especially of just like
Preparing for your kid.
preparing for that. Yeah, looking for work where I want to do so I can be around him more. What I want to do for work, working on the stuff. So I want to go play and maybe I'll do it for a second. But I'm like, nah, there's stuff to do.
The hard thing is too is like we first out of anything outside of big games we're watching anime. Like we're watching
Right.
anime or watching obviously our significant others and stuff like that. We're watching movies and stuff with them.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
You know.
But all right, man, that's enough of gaming. You know what I'm saying? What else should we talk about in the gaming world? Let us know. Again, this podcast can be shaped from you guys. So, either you hear us ramble or you give us some topics to talk
Just random
about.
talking.
Let's know some games you want us to play, possibly. Like,
Yeah,
if there's something we don't know about that's coming out
That
or
we've
that we
missed
haven't
that is
reacted
something
to
dope,
or something like that that's good that you really think is a must play.
So I say just, we don't have much in the movies and TV, so I say do that, go anime, and then go AI or technology, and that's where we're gonna spend a lot of time. So TV wise, I mean, we really TV and movies. I mean, I'd say the biggest thing right now that I'm personally watching that I enjoy. I mean, I watch a lot of stuff, but Ted Lasso. If y'all haven't watched Ted Lasso,
I need to.
Oh my God, it's such a great show. Jason Sudeikis does a great job. They got a good cast, a good story, hilarious. Anyways, that's what I've been watching.
Everyone's told me, and it's been probably top of my list for just TV
you got to
shows
check it
watch.
out. You got to check it out.
Yeah, that's one I've been wanting to watch. I've been watching what have I been watching? Snowfall.
I gotta watch Snowfall.
Snowfall is good.
I watched like a couple episodes.
Well, I'll say this: like the main character is really good. His acting's really.
I've been
great.
listening to the book. So
Oh, have you?
Book?
Oh, interesting.
The more
Well,
you
I'd say
know.
watch. I mean, the main character does such a good job, and the main antagonist does a really good. Like they have a cool kind of atmosphere. Some of the acting's not great in it because a lot of acting I see where you have like gangbangers or something like that. They just a lot of times aren't convincing. I notice what was it? This is gaming, but San Andreas, like they did a really good job in that. Like I feel like encompassing like how people talk in the hood and stuff like that, like in gangbangers talk, where like a lot of shows and movies they just don't do a great job in the clowning, the roasting, and the just like the vibe of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall like the acting's really good. I'm trying to think.
Is story good?
Yeah, story's really good. I mean, the story's why I still keep watching it primarily. But I mean, that's really what we've been watching. What else, man? Obviously, we watched like Last of Us.
Oh yes. I mean, Michael Sean hasn't watched it, but we could talk a little bit about Last of Us.
Yeah.
I actually, I'm trying to think about it. Outside of which, we'll talk a little bit more about the Mario movie, which I thought was pretty dope. Last of Us did a really good job adapting the game into a movie.
I think so,
or to
too,
a show,
man.
And I'm telling you, the show.
So
you have to do
I haven't
shows.
watched it, but like I have heard from people that they did make changes, but all of those changes were very good.
Yeah,
Like, they didn't
changes
feel
were-
like it was
didn't seem
negative to the show.
Yep,
Right,
didn't seem
right.
negative. There is some things that first off, the two main actors did really well.
Right.
Really well in there.
I did see some stuff where there is some like almost like shot for shot.
Yeah. I think that's
pieces
the
of it
thing.
as
Like
well.
they
a couple of things
they
that
capture the vibe of the game for
Yeah.
sure, in my opinion.
I agree. I do wish though there's not enough
Like you were saying,
clickers. There's not enough like the zombies and the bad guys, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's more.
well, but when you think about the game, there was kind of a good balance of like roaming and then you like get into the area.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying?
The
It's
thing
like-
is there wasn't enough. There wasn't. You had the first episode, and
Yeah,
then
they
you
could've
had
done
like
more.
the episode when they went down in the tunnel, and then came out. And there was the big boss guy.
Yeah.
But it was more of it, and this is the thing about a lot of end of the world survival zombies, anything like that. It's usually the creatures or the bad guys that they're fighting are not the main.
Well, especially when
issues,
you're
it's the
adapting
people.
to
Right,
when
right,
you're
right.
adapting
Which is-
to
It's
a
how
TV
people.
show.
It's how.
Exactly.
But it's how people interact with each other.
Right.
And when the world
The
goes
people
to
are more
hell,
the bad guys, and even the
when the world goes to hell, people it's to say people would act different. Is
Right,
what it
yeah.
pretty
we
much
would
is.
almost destroy ourselves.
We
in
would
some
destroy
way.
ourselves. We're more scary than the
Yeah.
actual things that are.
But it's
supposed to be
so
scary.
tough because it's like it's tough. I mean, when you do like, I think they had it better off doing it from a game to a show, so they had that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's hard not to rush it to
Again,
adapt something.
Still like a 20-hour game to like a 9-10 hour
Right,
show.
you
You're still
still
cutting
have to
stuff
cut it out.
out.
But also, you know what was dope in that show? How they brought in the game element of just how what's the
She
girl-
would help. She would
go
help him
help
push
and
the
go
thing
do
down. I
little
thought that was
thing.
dope too.
That was good.
Like he
writing.
like lift her up, and with that one part,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
puts the ladder
Yeah.
down, and it's like it was
because there
kind
was
of
a lot
dope-
of that in the game.
Yeah.
And then there was the scene where he was sick, where he got hurt or
Yeah.
shot. I can't remember if he got shot or stabbed or something, and she had to go do her own thing for a while
By
and come
herself,
back. I because that part of the story really stuck out to me, so they did a good job on that portion. A lot of it, man, was good, and I had no problem. I didn't have any problem with the way they ended it, and wrapped everything up. I could have done. I do wish there was a 12 more episodes.
Yeah,
or not 12 more episodes.
A couple more episodes, just for the building. Like he was protecting her, but the switch of him caring for her,
it
happened a lot. Like
I agree.
It could have been maybe an episode where it was like more of that, you know what I'm saying? And the other thing is, you've obviously played the game.
Yeah.
And then obviously if you haven't seen the show, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
How do you feel about the ending of the game / the show's pretty much the same?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about her having the potential to save the world, but him choosing her over saving the world?
I'll be straight up. Because he also, it's like you don't know if that's gonna work for sure. Like that's some of the reason why I think he was right, because it's just like people are gonna just abuse the potential of what she could be and destroy her life. But also what
percentage do you think it needs to be like it's worth it or not?
Okay, let's say 100%. Like, because I think that's even fine. Like, I think that's a conversation, because in my opinion, if it was a young girl or my niece, when I think about my nieces or my kid to come, like, no, I'm not.
Right.
I'm not.
I think that's the argument.
The world can go.
Like, at the end of the day, the parent's never going to make the decision to sacrifice their child.
And I would understand why you're going after me.
But that wasn't his child.
It was his child.
But
now I will say
that's what I'm saying.
I will say that's what it missed in the show, and I think that's why there's people are like mixed on it, like, oh, you know what I'm saying, like how he did do the right thing, whatever. But I think the video game does a better job of bringing
it clearly
closeness
to
them, because there was just more time to do that.
But even you don't even have to say daughter. You could say your wife.
But
you could say your best friend.
It doesn't matter. Like you're not gonna a lot of times
sacrifice someone.
A lot of times people aren't sacrificing somebody they care about.
No,
I mean, unless you're just an evil person.
So you could say what maybe should happen, and I'm not saying you're wrong, right? Of what should happen, what somebody might be.
From the outside of just like being another human who exists in that world, then you're like, yeah, but like from the
I would be mad in that world.
Story,
I'd be mad in that world,
right?
But like if I found out that dude did it, I mean, you would
But if you're in his shoes,
you would take it. I mean, and you should. It should go both ways.
No one's going to be like, oh, well, let's save the world.
You should try to save the world, and you should. I mean, there's something to just valuing human life and just always searching for a better way to do it. You know what I mean? And so it's tough. It's a tough thing. But I think overall, most people are going to choose, because people are always. Now, here's the thing. There's a small percentage of people that are willing to sacrifice themselves as martyrs and their families. There's a small, and maybe the world needs those sorts of people. Right. But the majority of people wouldn't. No. So when I hear all these people so strong about this is what I would have did, I'd be like, yeah, but probably not.
In that situation,
there's a small percenent chance that you're the 1 in a billion person, or more than 1 in a billion.
What's even crazy?
What does greater good do if you and your family are like dead in the end?
Right.
Like, what are you doing it for?
Exactly.
What's crazy is
I'm gonna protect mine.
I was telling Emma, my wife, about this story, and I was like, what's crazy about the story is that fungus, like that thing is a real thing. Like there is a real thing that does that to is it insects?
Yeah.
But it is weird to think that if that was the way it could happen to humans, that would be crazy.
I know, man.
Crazy.
I mean, something can develop. You give it a couple millennia.
I mean, we thought we almost got hit with the COVID, you know what I'm saying? Like, but TV shows, we'll get into them more. And as we get, like, we have so little time that sometimes we're just like, oh shoot, we gotta watch such and such. What have you been watching? And like, it's like we don't even get time to write this stuff down sometimes. So we're doing our best. But we'll get more into detail on things as we go.
And then I think the last section thing we're gonna talk about in this,
Mario
This will be you guys a lot too, because I didn't get a chance to go to the movies.
Well, first off, shout out to Mario for passing $1 billion in the box office.
Yeah, I mean,
that's crazy.
Absolutely amazing.
How could they?
The reason that I wanted that to happen is because I want a Zelda movie.
Yep.
A Zelda movie and a Super Metroid movie.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Right.
That would
done even done in an anime. Oh my god.
Let's be real. There's a lot of games out there that I want.
That CGI format is like
perfect,
bro.
But yeah, what did you think, Michael Sean? Put your face up there. So
don't ruin anything from me, or don't ruin anything for me.
So, I love Mario. It was absolutely fantastic movie.
Okay.
I think I was telling my wife, I was like,
should I go see it in theaters?
I don't have kids, but like, if I had to, because I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of parents having to watch Mario on repeat once it comes out.
Right.
if I had to watch a movie, that would be one of the ones that I would not mind watching
Over and
20,
over.
30 times.
Should I go see it in theater?
Yeah, if you can.
Or
Yeah.
is it? Or I mean, worth it to wait? You know what I mean? Or is,
I don't know how long before it will come out because it's just doing so well.
I know.
Right.
And
probably
it's
gonna
crazy
be a
nowadays
theater
because
for a while.
movies do release pretty quickly. But I
Right,
think
that's
if it's
the thing.
doing crazy well, they don't release as
They'll
quick.
hold
Yeah,
off.
and then
Get
and
those
then probably
concessions.
once it is out of theater, they'll probably still give it a big window just to build up that like
Right.
want for
No, that
it.
makes sense.
And so I really liked all the Easter eggs. Now I can understand if somebody goes in a movie and they never
Mario.
it never played
don't
in many
need any
Mario
of it, though.
games
You
or
don't
anything
need
like that.
any
They
of
might
it
not
to
have the same.
enjoy.
Right.
But you don't need any of it. I
But you
think,
don't.
to enjoy it.
But there's so many.
Yeah,
There's so
That's dope.
many, and it
Well,
just,
you got to call back if you can win the adult viewership on top of the kids bringing it in and keeping that brand alive. If you could do that right, bro, you win because then adults kind of want to see it again. You know,
Right.
they want to buy it as much
like
as
I
their
said,
kids
it's,
want
it's
it.
one of the things that you don't mind. Like, oh, my kid loves this.
Right.
And it's Mario, which I grew up with. So
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Because you
watching
could
this
easily
either.
make a cheesy movie where it's like, it's
well,
a kid
like
annoying movie.
the original Mario.
Right. So,
well,
like,
I mean, people say that's a cult classic.
I mean,
now.
I liked it back when I was young.
It is. I was gonna say, but like,
I don't remember
when you
not
watch it now.
liking
You're
it.
like,
that's
wow,
that's
oh,
what
no,
we-
it did
and
not
I
hold
say this all the time. I say that, man, that's the Mario Total Recall,
Bro,
Yeah,
it was. That's
exactly.
exactly what it is. But yeah,
It's
I mean,
such an
So
early
I
90s
quite
movie.
literally only have one gripe with the Mario movie,
What is it?
and it's that, or with the Mario Bros movie, is I wanted more Mario Bros.
Yeah.
And it was just very Mario centric, which is fine.
they're probably trying to really build the whole world.
but I
Yeah.
wanted more Mario and Luigi.
well, it's just smart.
I mean, they
because
ended it well, though. I like how
Yeah,
they ended
the-
it. I like how
the
they
last
ended it and
part of
stuff
it
like
was
that.
great
Yeah.
with both of them.
they probably had a good opportunity just to like make this story that just built you in the world, to where like young kids that when they see it, they're like, "What is this?" You know what I mean? And so they're like, now they got a whole new 20 years of.
I like that he
kids
hated
buying their
mushrooms.
Well, I know
games.
that Chris Pratt and Charlie Day were joking about the NCU for it. So eventually having a Nintendo cinematic.
Oh yeah, they can meet up for
Oh,
a
yeah,
Smash
yeah.
Brothers
Right.
movie.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
after you do a bunch of them, they can meet up for a tournament.
Speaking of Smash Bros, so the reference in it with the Donkey Kong fight.
Yeah.
essentially,
The Smash Bros. Yeah,
Seth Rogen did fantastic as Donkey Kong. Like it was like
Okay.
he did that.
perfect.
He
pick.
did that laugh as Donkey Kong,
Yeah.
and I was like, "That's
That makes
that's
so
Rogan,
much
man.
sense.
Oh, that's
but it makes so
that's
much
so
sense for
funny.
Donkey Kong
Yeah.
too. It works so well.
It was, yeah,
Yeah,
And
good
their
cast. I
whole
mean, I'm excited for
relationship
it.
throughout it was really good.
yeah. It was a good. That was a good. I like that. I like that.
Dude, who saw it? We want to hear from you guys. Let us know who saw it. Did you guys like it? What do you rate it? What do you guys rate that movie out of 10?
I'll give it an 8.
I give it a 9.
I mean, I do. It was a little short. You know, I wish
Yeah,
it was a little bit
short,
longer.
like
I
that.
do
Yeah,
wish it
wanted-
was more
wanted
broad.
more-
I mean, I don't
more
have too many gripes
Mario
with the
Bros,
movie.
but like overall, the movie was
It looked
nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
gorgeous. Oh, and Jack Black.
Yeah,
Jack Black
Oh,
did an
yeah.
amazing job as Bowser.
It's Jack Black,
Amazing
bro. Like,
job.
Now,
How could he
the
not?
Peaches song, which
Yeah, oh,
Bro, I
gone
thought that's
viral,
so funny,
just
man.
everywhere.
There's people that are talented in this world where you see them and they just do it. They just know how to do it.
Yeah.
They're entertainers through and through. They know how to make you laugh. They're talented. They can pick up anything. I'm like, what do you want me to do? All right, be funny character and do it the best. All right, bet.
Which, by the way, we briefly talked about. Who of you out there did not know that Jack Black could sing?
Oh, you're tripping. I
Because
mean,
apparently
to
people
Nation
have been
T,
Apparently,
surprised.
yeah, people
Yeah,
are like,
apparently
"Whoa,
there's
I
a
didn't
lot
know
of people
Jack Black was a
surprised.
singer."
as soon as he did the like when he did that part in his like first album, I was like, this guy's insane at singing.
I
bro.
don't remember. I remember it was it was like when we first moved to Washington, and we were all sleeping on the floor in our new house, and we were listening to the radio in the middle of the night, and they're like, "We're gonna play this song,
The
from
greatest
Jack
song?
Black,
That's
Yeah,
right.
from
That we
Tenacious
did
D."
hear it
and
on
we were
radio
like, "From
first.
Jack
So
Black."
yeah,
We were like,
and then we were
what?
like, "Hold up."
And then he bodied.
Hold up.
It might have been a video. I think we saw the video.
The video, I think we just
They ran the video because I remember
Yeah.
seeing the devil.
The
and
best
stuff
song
like
in
that.
the world.
The
is
best song in the world.
Absolutely
and
insane.
the writing and the story
The
behind that, like,
storytelling.
but this is just a tribute.
This
That's
is a
genius.
tribute.
That's genius, bro.
Great. Anyway.
But yeah, that's a talented man right there. Okay, so what else we got? I
I think we're good on the TV
So, yeah, I
part.
think we're done.
TVs.
So
Well,
we'll roll
you guys
with
saw John Wick.
No, I didn't.
No, I'm the only
Oh,
one.
Mike
watching
Sean's
it.
on it. So we'll talk about John Wick on the next
Yeah.
one. Maybe we'll have an artist in that one that we'll be talking to. So we'll see. But yeah, let's get into some anime. Man.
Okay.
Let's get into some anime. That's what we're all kind of here for.
So-
Let's be real.
So we'll talk about a couple shows that we've watched.
Yeah,
And
man.
I think the anime section is kind of going to be fun, and we'll just spend time deep diving into some stuff.
Right.
And I think that we'll talk about first, because the two shows we're going to talk about is My Hero and Trigun, since we all watched that and we've all watched My Hero. So we finished My Hero season 6.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
How do you guys feel about My Hero season 6? How do you feel about My Hero in general?
Well, yeah, so I do want to go back and start watching it again because, it's been so long since I started it from the beginning.
Yeah.
In watching this last season makes me want to just binge it again. I don't know if I'll have time. But, bro, okay, here's my thing. I feel like, I don't know what it is. I love the story. Mm-hmm. You're talking 8 out of 10 for sure.
I mean, the fact that everybody has powers and they're just all random.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
but so Deku, I wish they would have. There's something that I wanted more of because it seems like they're about to end it.
I think they're gonna.
They
be
are
getting
close. It might 1 or 2 more
And they might do a spinoff or continue something, but it's like I have to think about it more and see how it ends to really be able to tell you how I 100% feel because it seemed like he quickly got this resolved that was so much harder. And I understand he had a tough battle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he just wasn't like that for so long that I was trying to like make it, make sense. But bro, the way they did him in this last season was
so
fire.
With My Hero, first off, amazing animation. My Hero has some great animation. I like the League of Villains and all that type of stuff too. And I think overall for My Hero, I think it started out amazing. It got a little slow in the middle, I think. But it has started to pick back up. I also really like what they've done with him starting to unlock his powers and stuff like that. Now, the hard thing is I don't know if they felt like they're going to choose to end it pretty quickly. That's why he was able to dig deep into his powers and stuff like that.
It
seemed pretty quick.
Yeah,
like
they really just rolled out like 3 of them back.
Yeah.
3 powers, like bam.
And there was a little bit of me wanting, because don't get me wrong, he is unique in his own, and he is becoming the most powerful because of what he's
the
doing.
last.
But
he's the last person that
so
can do
a
it.
lot of it was like he's the last, and so he doesn't have to die. Well, I don't want to ruin it per se, but like he's the last, and he's gaining so much of his ability through like he had to train his body to be able to handle it and stuff like that, and he is still having to train, but he suddenly gained so much ability just from being able to release, you know what I mean, what the other 9 were giving him, versus I wanted him to be like he became the strongest because of exactly what he was doing a little bit, but like
well, and again, this is just things that you're like, I wish they would have did this a little bit more. I do wish that I always thought that his strength would be his ability to know everything, like to be like Batman.
They really set it up like he was a power nerd, and like he was always learning about how to counter abilities,
and that's what was different from him. And like All Might,
because he was set to make it as a hero with no.
They even did the little scenes where he'd like going crazy and thinking about numbers, running numbers, like he was like an insane nerd, you know what I mean? And so like, yeah, the fact that
it seemed like it was never applied in any kind of.
After they did that like twice, never applied.
Yeah,
not implied
until the end. Until the season when he was like, I think the dopest thing, especially when he went and fought the muscle guy again, and like ate him up, and you hear him in his mind thinking, I'm gonna apply this amount of power.
Yeah.
That will allow me to do this, and then I'm gonna try to do that. When he fought the girl, the sniper girl, he's like, I'm gonna do this, and I was like, that's dope. That's fire. That's what I wanted the whole time of him being able to use his knowledge
and
like that.
I think they could have got him a lot stronger when he got access to the other ones, but I think they should have just implemented some of that more, like seeing strategizing a little bit more. You know what I mean? So that's my only thing, because overall I love My Hero.
Yeah.
Like, don't get it twisted.
Well, I love what they're doing. I really love what they're doing with Endeavor and with Dobby and Endeavor.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
And like
there was a relationship build.
And
on
Dobby
that.
wants to just like destroy his whole family.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and spoilers. Sorry if you didn't know.
We'll put spoilers in the thing in front.
Yeah. And so it's just like
most people are ahead of us on these sorts of things. So if you're behind us, to be honest,
I feel like you always got to say that though, because Well,
we'll put it in we'll put it in the description.
But I like that whole dynamic. I like that Endeavor's realizing how much he messed up as a father, and he's like learning from those mistakes. And it's cool that they're doing that.
I think so too.
And like when
people can have redemption.
Ice Guy. Ice Fighter.
Todoroki.
Todoroki,
was just like when he was trying to get him to like help out Midoriya when he was fighting Hands to the face guy.
Shigaraki.
Yeah. So when he was fighting him, like he's like get up, Dad. Like we'll figure it out, Dad. After he had like said that, like, and I kind of like so he's like trying to mend these things, and I think that's just a real type thing to have, and I like how they had that type of thing.
I mean, what in a lot of animes, it's like the parents are always perfect. Essentially, because
and he was a jerk,
right? And he's learning
beef
just
jerky,
now
bro.
from his kid that like we can still figure this out. Like I still kind of hate.
And
he's
like, I can still save the world or work on saving the world.
We can figure out from here,
And you can still be great even with your, shortcomings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think they had a lot of cool.
You still have a
messages
responsibility with your power to be a hero. That the number one hero,
right?
And then I like that Bakuga's still Bakuga. Bakugo, but he's like more like he's respecting Midoriya.
So I thought that was good writing because I watch shows and movies and I get like if it's a long TV show, a lot of times I'll get bored and I'll stop even watching it for the most part, and like my wife would just want to keep watching it, and then sometimes I'll see writing where it's kind of just weak, like he wouldn't have did that, that's annoying, that was like why, okay, lovey-dovey, whatever. But the way they did Bakugo coming in and kind of the way they did that relationship, I was like, see, that's good writing.
Well, that
that's
was so early on because I read a lot of it, pretty much up to this season was what I read up to, and I was like, man, like I like this relationship. Like, don't do another Naruto Sasuke. Like that was my only concern when I was reading, and they didn't go with it. And I was like, okay, thank you.
Same thing I said about Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
When it was Gon and Killua, I was like, please.
And I get it because it's such a dope relationship to do that, to have them split.
Right.
But sometimes don't.
How they did Gon and Killua,
perfect. We can have friends that are not always in conflict.
Right. You have close
you don't
friends.
see that a lot because like a lot of the main characters are like, oh, we're split. Like
arguing with each other.
Even
never
Black
agree.
Clover, like even though they're competitive.
Yep, that's another.
They still have a really good relationship.
They're friends. They're just competitive. I want
to
see
especially because that's one of my favorite parts of
Black Clover. I agree.
Their
relationship.
relationship.
Because
I haven't watched it.
It's funny when what's
but I've
the
seen it.
so it's
Asta and
what's his brother's name?
Yuji.
Ooh, I haven't watched that in a long time.
Anyways, I like because he's like he'll put him down, and when anybody else does, he's like, "No, that's my brother. You don't know what you're stepping up to." He's like,
that's what it is.
He's like, y'all are doubting him. I'm not doubting him.
Right.
He's my rival.
Right. He's like, I say I'm better than him.
Yeah.
You don't get to say.
Yeah,
that.
you don't get to say. He's my rival, and he gonna get all you guys.
Right.
So well, that's what it is. You should be able to clown your homeboys, but nobody else can.
It's like the thing is like I can make fun of my brother.
Right.
You
don't. We fighting. Yeah,
exactly. No, I mean that's I'm excited to see more, but at the same time I like the Naruto Sasuke.
I also like
Yeah.
I also like how
as I said,
I also like in My Hero. I like how Deku went off. It was just such a Deku move. It's such a Midoriya move for him to go off, but
in order to protect everybody, but then still protect.
And when they had the battle with him, it was like he wasn't trying to hurt anybody. He wasn't trying to do anything.
Yeah.
Also, it took all of them to get him, and he was already almost done at that point in time. It took all of them to have to get him.
And I'm gonna admit, because I read it in the manga, I did not like that scene read. It was much better in the anime than it was in the manga.
Oh, than reading it.
Yeah,
I got you.
Because it was in the manga, that scene felt very just like power friendship. And then he was like, all right, I'm coming back. Essentially, like that's what it felt like when you read it. With the actual fight playing out, it felt a little more.
It felt a little more like made sense.
Right.
It made sense. It's like we're gonna get him back, even though I know he doesn't want to come back.
Well, and I was like, so what happened? I'm trying to remember. So everybody kept. There was one thing that I was like, it has to be Bakugo.
Yeah.
It has to be Bakugo, and they started. Or I said there was two people. There could be Bakugo or Homegirl.
Yeah. Uraraka.
Yeah, and so they kind of let it like do with the fast feet. He's a cool character, but he was not deep enough.
Their relationship ain't like that.
It ain't like that. And I was like, they're going to make him kind of save it? I was like, it was cool kind of he blasted in because he's always been kind of the leader, trying to be at least.
I think they all respect him, though. And I think that's the thing is they all have respect for him.
They do, and they gain a lot of respect from him with his brother thing. But I was like,
nice. Like,
he's not going to be the one to get him back.
We're not super close.
Yeah.
Right. Like you always
you did this for me.
Right. And so and then Bakugo came back.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, cool, because it had, and that's why I told Camille like that's good writing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I was.
But yeah, no, I mean, overall, dude, that's
I'm excited for the next season.
Me too.
I'm excited for the next season.
So I have this is where I stopped reading. So like,
should be soon,
it's all
too.
fresh for me.
How they do
going
this one
forward.
is going to be
Yeah.
key.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I mean, what are you guys digging it like we are, man? Let us know.
What you like, what you don't like.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so this one might be a little
Okay.
bit. Okay, this one might be a
What is
little
our time? What are we at right now?
We are at 1 hour 15. So
Okay,
Alright,
cool.
yeah, you know, we're going to do these as long as we want. So deal with it. No, so, okay.
Okay.
Trigun, bro.
Let's
Trigun Stampede.
Trigun Stampede.
Here's we almost did the podcast without Michael Sean this time because he was sleeping in his hammock.
Sleeping in a hammock.
You know
I
what I'm
did.
saying?
I
And we're like,
did.
where's
Nice
this guy out? So we almost had to do it by ourselves. But I was like, I wanted to have this conversation. The reason why I want like Michael Sean here is because we all have a lot in common. Daniel and I have closer in common. Michael Sean and our youngest brother had that a little more in common.
Yeah, with
and
the-
then why we want to have Mike Nell here too, because our other guy in Red Moon is because he has a difference of opinion as well.
Yeah.
But Michael Sean's is different than ours.
So-
in a lot of things. So
But before we
it'll be a good kind of conversation.
Mix.
But well,
I don't have it on me. I took notes during.
Okay,
it.
okay,
like
okay.
I had.
I should have taken notes,
I
but I
should've-
I'm
think
going to
I
start
can.
to from now, but because I had originally watched the first 6 episodes, like when it was airing before I knew we were. gonna talk about it.
but I do.
And
Well, I want
so
to say this
all
before
my
we start.
notes are from the back 6.
Before we start to get into the story of it,
Let's
let's
talk
talk
about
about the
Trigun.
animation.
Well, hold up,
Let's
real
talk
quick.
about Trigun.
Let's
First of all,
let's
Tell you what I'm talking
hold
about.
up.
who
Hold up, real quick.
introduced you to Trigun?
Oh god.
Well, no, hold up, really quick, because when it comes to stuff where it's gonna be a little more I don't know how it's gonna go, but if it is a little more debatey kind of thing, like I think we are gonna try to come to these a little more prepared in the sense of like you're saying, taking notes and maybe spending more time like watching the old one and the new one, because there is gonna be some stuff where I'm like, oh, I don't remember. They didn't get that right or they didn't. And what was the underlining idea of the story and why I'm saying that like I don't like this or like this.
Okay.
And so we will do that going forward. But
Okay, we can talk about
we're
it.
just gonna wing it this time.
Go ahead, take your flowers, Michael. Sean.
So, well, no. First off, what'd you say? What was
no,
the
he was
question?
Who
Who put us on it?
Yeah.
So Trigun's probably our number one, and I put them all on it.
lies. No, Michael, Sean, and Brandon put us on
Yeah,
Trigun.
Right.
100%.
Mark, Sean, and Brandon.
Even to
Brandon's
the
our littlest
point,
brother.
Listen, even to the point, we come home, they're watching
They're watching
this
what,
show.
like?
The first episode of original Trigun.
Yeah.
Where he
And-
has an apple in his mouth, and he's going,
Acting all
They're
crazy,
running around.
goofy, like eating his
Stealing
donuts.
donuts.
The
eating
donuts.
donuts.
And we're like, that's your main character.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's who you
This is your
choose?
guy.
That's my guy.
This is your man. And you're like, y'all gotta watch it.
That's
You
my
gotta watch it.
mans.
So
Yeah.
we did
We're
it.
like-
We did it for months.
Well, we watched the first 2 episodes, and
Yeah,
we're just
we're
like,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
this is
whatever.
too silly. Because Daniel and I back then, we were like really just action anime,
Yeah.
because that's what we got into when we were finding all the good action ones. We were
I
like,
had to do it with Naruto too, but that's another time.
Yeah, I mean, we started watching Naruto first. I don't know. I don't remember like you like putting
No,
us
he
on
did.
it.
I
Oh,
did.
did he? Okay.
we walked in and they were doing like they were watching the
I strategically
fight-
put on the
fight with the person with the mask
With
and he
the
goes in
glass,
his
yeah,
first
yeah.
his nine tails first when it was around him.
strategically had that episode
Yeah.
on when
We
they
were
were
like, yo,
around.
that's
They're
tight.
We were
"What
like,
is
you
this?"
know, when you walk past, you're like, oh, what do you watch? Oh, that's
Like,
whatever.
oh.
And then you're like,
And you know how you think. You know how you.
and then you slowly sit down. You're just
Right.
like, hold on one second.
No,
what
you
is
know how
this?
you think about your
Find
little
yourself
brothers.
10 episodes
You think
later.
about your little brothers. You're like, they don't know nothing. They don't even have brains. they don't know nothing, and they start putting you on stuff. You're like, dang, I guess they are human. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, he put us on that. But we always like to say, Daniel, what?
We put them
You
on
put us
anime,
on anime,
in general.
yeah.
So we kind of put ourselves on both of those. No,
Jerry will find a way to get credit.
you know, hey, it's just, I've been in sales for a long time. You know, I know how to work around a
No,
conversation.
but Trigun specifically,
Yeah.
that
That was
that's
one-
that's a staple for all of it.
So
It's one of the
Trigun
top.
does hold a huge place.
So that's why
for all of
coming
us.
into, and actually I want to put it forward. I enjoyed Trigun Stampede.
Me too.
I
wanna
have
say
a
that
lot
out there.
to gripe about it.
Okay.
The-
I don't
I
think I have
did
as much to gripe
enjoy
about.
it.
So okay. So first off, let's talk about the animation.
Let's talk about the stuff we know.
the biggest
great.
the biggest change of it from the first one is the animation style.
Obviously.
It's 3D animation.
Which, but they're using that anime in a lot of things,
yeah,
and so it's not unique to Master Stampede.
yeah.
So here's the thing that I have with the CGI, right? A lot of times, especially when there's a lot of movement going on and stuff, it looks the best.
It's made for action. I feel like.
Yeah.
But when it slows down, it seems. And we
They'll
said this about the
sometimes do
Dragon
a
Ball.
little
They'll do
rigid.
like a slow movement, like almost like robot, not
And it
robotic,
doesn't
but it's
seem
like
s-
it doesn't
as
seem human.
smooth. It doesn't seem as
Cloth,
smooth.
cloth seems a little stiff.
Yes.
Seems
You
stiff.
know, just stuff like that.
Yeah,
So, but it's
but
still
still, I
a
loved it.
cool looking.
I love that
thing.
style.
I do
They're
like
getting there,
they're
bro.
getting better with that, right?
Yeah.
So I do like the style, but there is parts of that I wish were better.
And they'll get it. So it's like, again, just the same way we do our reactions. We focus on the positive. It's like the positive first. We also look into like, look, it's dope though.
Yeah.
It's getting better. And
does
guess
look
what? In the next few years, they'll get it better. Like you have to start somewhere.
Well, yeah,
and
so-
so I'm going to give you some grace when I know
this
it's
is
still
definitely the
better.
point where I'm like, it's not perfect,
But
but the
I can see
CGI
it.
didn't ruin the show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
And for some stuff, it takes away from the entire show.
Exactly.
So it was definitely enjoyable. Worth
So
watching.
we'll keep going on good things, and
Right.
then we'll move into the negative.
I'm glad I watched the English version, so I'm glad
that's
that
that's why I held off a
what's
little
his
bit too,
name?
because I wanted
yeah,
Johnny
I
Young
had
Bosch.
to.
Johnny
Johnny
Young
Young
Bosch.
Bosch.
I always forget his
That's
name.
our
That's
boy.
one of we've
does
written
some of our
stories
favorite
over the years,
voices.
and we're like we're using that guy.
Yeah.
One of our dreams has always been like we're using his voice
Yeah.
as a character that we have in one of our stories.
Oh yeah.
And we just
So
love
it's so
that guy's
dope to have
delivery.
him back.
They toned down the typical vashiness of his voice,
He's
which is fine.
he's a little less loud.
Yeah.
His character overall doesn't talk a lot.
He's a little more serious.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that might be getting the. Well, that's fine. Let's get into it.
Let's talk. Let's get the whole thing good, bad, indifferent. It doesn't matter.
Right.
We can start talking about it.
Let's just basically-
How about that Cloud and Sephiroth fight? No, just
Yeah.
One Wing Angel fight.
Yeah.
No, but okay.
So his character. Let's talk about that a little bit. How he was and how he held himself.
And the differences, right?
So the goofiness is essentially gone. Like it seemed
was
like it was
there,
trying
but
to
shorter.
be there. It wasn't the same.
It
He was
wasn't
too-
the same.
He was almost too cool.
The build up wasn't the same.
Well, he was a little too like sad boy for me.
oh,
in
usually you
some
call him
parts.
like emo.
A little bit.
So, yeah, I see what you're
I
saying,
guess I guess
but he had that element to him in the
did.
original. So here's my thing about like, and I'll be honest, I didn't think about it so deep because I kind of watched it and just try to enjoy it,
Yeah.
and because I rate it so high at the end, it's hard. I was looking at it like this. I was like, okay, cool. You're taking a show and making it shorter. It's the same thing we talk about.
Yeah.
So we got to give them some grace.
Well,
there.
they're doing 2 seasons, so there'll be
Yeah,
another.
but it's
season.
still going to be shorter.
Correct.
And like and you're trying to make a show like if I was rewriting my own story, I would look at certain things and go kind of like I would kind of go, yeah, but what are people like into now? Like what's gonna resonate more? Because you don't have the whole build up.
Right.
And the whole reason we like a lot of the stories we like is we love to see that. Okay, because and this is I think it might be more to us than the average person because we loved that evolution to see his character.
So the biggest thing, of
I
Trigun,
gotta give him some grace
So that's
on what they were
that's my
dealt
issue
with.
with
the
it
evolution. That's the same thing I have.
You didn't get it as much.
I
So
know,
a positive, I'm gonna say right off that
I
a
agree with that.
positive is it was really nice to get that backstory between Knives and Vash, right?
Yeah.
That really in depth, like their brotherhood,
beginning,
the
yeah.
issues, that type of stuff. Even because
I think they formatted it good, in my opinion.
The issue was, and one of the issues I have, and this is just a gripe on us because I don't know how many people watched the original and love this stuff, but the poems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed
The
the
whole
poems.
preview for the next episode.
Because and the thing is I understand why they cut that out because it was just a preview into the next episode. But to me, it gave that seriousness because what I feel like
Kinda gave you a
Vash
glimpse into his
missed
mind.
was that serious like for me, I don't believe in suicide or like whatever. Like
Right.
he would
His
say those
moral-
little
it would-
random moral quotes in there that I felt like it missed in the show, right?
Yes.
Right, and so that's my issue.
And they
with-
could have
with
done
the show
that. They
itself.
could have done that.
Well, they couldn't have because like.
Well, I think
so
they could have,
A lot of the stuff,
but
is
not as
set up
well.
Of with the original Trigun, it's a human story inside that, so it's always like the next episode when he talks about it, it's the gunsmith.
Yeah, it's a person.
We don't get
right,
episodes like that.
You
in
don't
this
get episodes
version
like
of
that.
it.
Right,
we
right,
don't
right.
get a human.
Oh, those were
interaction.
so done so good.
But here's one thing with that. One, I can't judge it too much until I see the whole thing,
Right.
right? And then two, because what was dope is at the end, because they did a lot of things that I was so happy. I think they did a lot of callbacks that I was happy with them, because I was wondering like, are they gonna go into his character? What's his name? At the end, when they showed him with the long hair, he goes by dang.
when
Eric.
Vash is yeah.
Eric.
Yeah.
Eric's. So I was like, cool, they're doing that. But I read this thing on it once, and they're like, what was the goal of it? And it was like not to just recreate, because you know how it is. You want them to just recreate it, every word, I would watch that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And your old school fans gonna love it. I feel like their goal was to like, how do we create this story in this world and do it new school, update it. And there's a level of that you want to do to grow your story and continue it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's tough for people like us and especially this is our number 1. This isn't like our number 20.
Right.
This is like we're stingy.
I watch Trigun once a year.
It's usually
Once a
it's
year.
top 5
Yeah.
for sure for us.
And so it's a little different. That's why we're going into it so much.
So that's what I say. So one of the it's like halfway through the series, so you really get to the point where the plot really seems like it's humans, plants, insects.
Yes.
Right? Like that's like
because they were there
fighting
insects
for
were
control of the world.
Right. But they are balancing between the manga and the comic pretty cool, kind of pulling some things from that and giving you into that world.
But so that's what I'm saying. So when you don't have episodes like the gunman or all those human episodes where you really have those interactions with Vash, it seems less sincere when you talk about him as a plant choosing the side of humans, because we don't get it. Our only interaction with humans are all the bad stuff. It's his interaction with like Legato and stuff like that. We don't get why Vash is there to protect them, except for the one run where he's saved by Home.
But that's what I mean. So I think they could have done that. Like take 2 episodes throughout it, give some silliness to it. But you just show the huge difference between him. Let him be silly a little bit, but then he snaps into serious. They could have just done that a couple times. I think that would have fixed our thirst for wanting to see that develop. And then, but you can't do it too much because they only have so many episodes.
Right.
Well, I
so
think
I can
the
be
issue
forgiving
is
on it, but they could have done it a little bit.
The issue
they also
is they
didn't
should
get
have
a
did
full serious Vash either. I don't think. Like again, you don't get those morality checks. You don't really get.
It's
you
because
just get hit. He's serious.
You didn't get that.
And sometimes
red eye when the
cries.
what's the guy with the big guy, the tank guy that threw the bank door at him in the original one. And you get those blood red eyes where he's just like, nah, bro.
And you see the
and you get like, so it's like they kept him in the middle.
Yeah.
But here's the hard part, right? I can see that selling the story and relating to more like what they wrote. I was trying to separate myself a little bit from the old Jerry watching it to like the new fan watching it too, and like what I think this story is cool. That's what I try to do. It's hard.
Well, so to me that's what they were trying to do. So here's the thing, and people say this all the time. You like the old stuff, go watch the old thing, right? You know, saying Trigun is still there, right? So at the end of the day, Trigun is still. But what I think they were trying to do they were trying to get more story behind Vash and Knives and Wolfwood.
I was gonna say
and the world.
And that was one of the things. So I absolutely love that we got more Knives.
And Wolfwood and Wolfwood. That's the way they did the art. The way they did the art and stuff.
Yeah, that's one of my notes. I love any of the like backstory telling stuff when they switched up the art form. Was absolutely gorgeous. Like it's beautiful. It's a good way to like. This is not clearly current timeline. It's something different.
Right.
So I mean, and then obviously the battle at the end. Crazy. I automatically was like, oh, this is the Cloud versus Sephiroth.
So, and they brought in the big gun. Wait, really quick. Because then we'll probably talk about the. Actually, no. Let's go into that.
So first thing I would say before we even get to that, because they got rid of those human episodes, the gunsmith, Vash's gun is just something that Knives picked up and threw at him.
Yeah,
I was not okay with that.
Yeah, I forgot about that because those were good. That character building right there again, the human side of it, where you see like that
becoming the whole conversation people, of getting him to make.
He would save people,
again.
And then you would see like how people would react to
and
him
also
and stuff
that
like
goofiness is part of it because you see like. Even though he's going through serious stuff, he's trying to make everything more lighthearted.
And where's the love and peace?
Check this out.
Where's the love and peace?
Right.
I know, but check this out. Check this out. In my opinion, because they're getting you into this world, right? I feel like they can wrap it up with how it seems they're starting the next one, right? You got what's her name? Millie.
Yeah.
No, not Millie.
Meryl.
Sorry, yeah. You got Meryl, but Millie seems to be coming in.
Yeah.
Which is it's cool how they did that.
Speaking of which, so I like Richard,
and they made Meryl's story
her
character
boss
deeper.
kinda,
yeah. Because remember in the
with
original
that
one,
interaction, I think. Was
remember
great.
in the original one, you kind of was like, is there a fling between that? Like, is there what's their relationship? Right. How do they feel? They kind of gave you an option to kind of have a deeper relationship with Meryl, instead of just like a silly character that's always after him. Even that happened towards the end. True. But here's the thing. With the reason why I think it's smart that they started with Eric's at the end, because remember how silly he was like barking at the bad guy during that part, how he kind of just let himself completely be defeated in a way.
Yeah.
So you have
But
a
that was
chance for
also a
redemption.
serious scene though, because that's also the
But-
first time you see Vash's body, which we already saw now.
which-
Right. Which was fine. But what I'm getting at is you have a chance for redemption if you can show some silliness starting out. You can show them humbled again, and then go to straight serious. So you have a chance to show that. You know what I mean? Again.
Yeah, which I'm hoping we see more range.
And
of.
so if they tie it in how we
Right.
would want it to, there is some chance for redemption by the end of
the
the
next
second season to
The
say
sex season.
Woo.
well, you know,
That's
if
a
you
different
Google
show.
Vash, but like, so I'm saving some of my harsh
yeah,
opinions on how they end it.
Well, see,
because-
so I'm judging mine purely off of this one season
Me too.
because I don't. It could
yeah.
change it, but like so what I've gotten out of this is just like
I think,
this
like, let's
is
say
a
they-
whole package.
Right. But
So
like
I'm not-
because they
I
are
hope they
doing
do
the
that
second
stuff.
one, I think it's just like I want to see it. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah,
Because
but that's
they'll have a
speculation.
chance to
we
win me
didn't
back.
get that version of Vash in this one, so we
I'm
can
just
only
I'm
hope
just
they
basing
do.
it off like
Well, and you
so
get
they still
you
have a
do
chance.
get a detail, like you get way deep into the plants. You get way deep
You
into that
understand
stuff.
things
Okay,
more.
and
so
also I do have an issue with that. So like literally, they have the episode where Vash interacts with the plant.
Yep.
And he turns around and he's got the symbols and stuff on his face.
which was more like the manga.
Right, but they literally go into the next episode and they say Vash is a plant 97 times after that. I like show don't tell. We all got that from the
Yeah, I
end of
see
that
what you're saying.
episode.
You're just on the
and then
writing side
literally
of
the intro to that first episode, Vash literally goes, or what is he? Knives is like, I'm a plant. I don't need to eat or whatever. And then Vash is like, I'm a plant. Just
That's
like
what
you."
his plant.
And I'm
they're
like,
basically
They're
plants.
plants. Yeah.
right. And I'm like, yeah, we got
But-
that.
yeah,
Like,
I
you're
think-
really drilling it home.
Well, sort of. I think like
But that's-
even I was
that's
trying to
a
remember, are they
storytelling
plant
critique for me.
because
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that
yeah.
wasn't necessary. Like you showed
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
we
yeah.
saw it. We understood
they
that
might
he's a
wanted to have
plant.
drilled it in because I
I
think
was
a
like-
lot of people were like, what were they originally like?
Back and
What
forth.
exactly are they? And but yeah,
But like you went
write the
so
story
that was
better.
literally like you went 6 episodes without
And
like
show
any
'em.
hint that he was a
Right,
plant.
right.
And then you show it. Okay, oh, we get it. Oh,
Exactly.
that's crazy.
I'm still
And then the whole back 6 episodes they refer to him as a plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every second.
I'm
Right,
just gonna
right,
say I was very. I missed the little interactions. Right. It made me think
I
of
know that
Toto Slaughter.
Yeah.
total slaughter. I won't leave a single man alive. La di da di da, la di da di da, la di da di da, an ocean of blood. And then he goes, womp womp womp. No, I'm just kidding. Remember we made that beat. But then he goes, let's begin the killing spree
Yeah.
time. And he goes, that didn't work. A negotiations breakdown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Iconic
and then,
scene.
But
Yeah.
there are so many of the little things that let
That's
that
what-
let you understand the
That's
character.
like
know.
human like
you're
that's what
gonna always go. But shouldn't we understand, like, if somebody's making book to movie, show to shorter show, we gotta know they're not gonna be able to build. It's happening in Ender's Game.
Well, it's
They're not gonna
it's
be able.
It's happening with Final Fantasy VII remake right now. Like
Yeah.
it's not the same. But here's the thing: is it doesn't.
We have to still call it out.
You still have to say, okay, this is why I like the original. This is why and obviously at the end we'll say, but
Right.
you're at the
I don't
moment
think they had to tell the same story.
They don't- yeah, they-
necessarily. It's like
They just
there were things about the character that didn't need to be changed in
Yes.
the new story that was changed.
and it really is mainly Vash.
Right.
That I think they did a great job with. I think Nice.
Meryl felt the same.
I like how they did with
I got
Knife.
more Knife.
I got
honestly,
more
if they
Knife.
just would have went to silly to serious a couple times, we would have been happier.
And
Well,
it's
and
not that Vash is. It's not that like if I was coming into this and never watched the old one. It's not that I think Vash is not done.
You're still gonna
good.
think he's cool.
You're still gonna think he's cool, but it's
cool-looking character.
missing that build up.
I think more. There was a reason why people liked it back then, and I think that was a huge part that they missed out on. And like Michael Sean said, the human. So that I would probably say we all agree on this. Making more of a human, his relationship between him and the human, and then
Which again-
then the silly to serious.
just starting this with this season alone, because like we did see Eric's at the end, which I think you might be diving more into.
we
human
might
stuff,
be-
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like just
I
what
agree.
I got out of this package of this one season, what we saw.
It's like you better do it on the
But-
next one
so-
to really win me over.
Since we already kind of talked about it, I do think at the beginning they were very heavy to be like, this is CG, this is what it can do.
yeah.
The middle of the show didn't really seem to take advantage of it too much,
Yeah,
and then we got like the last episode
That took a lot of
where,
it.
That went
where it
crazy.
took a lot of
Yeah.
it. So
Well, and that
yeah,
I mean
yeah.
that the last episode They went crazy.
That was crazy.
They went absolutely
They went
insane.
That was
crazy.
cool. The thing growing, that was so dope. Like
it looked so cool.
What Knives' goal was a little bit more, kind of giving him a more specific goal for what he was trying to do. Like I felt like I got a better
action
idea
between
of the story.
the action between them was dope.
I was
fighting.
hoping they bring that gun. I was hoping they bring Eric's. I was like, there are certain things that they did do. I'm like, cool, they're gonna get into that. And then bringing like I remember when you had to watch like the first 3, and you're like they're not insurance agents. I was like, that's fine, but like they're Millie isn't there, and I'm like, okay, they gotta have Millie. What are you talking about? And so I'm glad that it seems like they're gonna bring her in. They had the gun. They showed her a little gun.
Yeah,
the two
that was like just some like Easter eggs.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I didn't like Richard as the character in there as a replacement for Millie. Until that scene where you realize, like, okay, this is kind of where she's going to get her 2 shooters from,
right.
And like just kind of that effect. So I think it also like is going to carry over just as
When
character
she
development
does,
with her dealing with Millie and stuff.
And
I feel like that's going to
exactly.
have a lot heavier because
And maybe she's gonna have a less trust. And
she is more about not throwing your life away or getting in danger in the show. And so kind of this makes sense because she had a partner she lost.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
okay,
right. And now she's more
which
like
he was
I don't
also
know,
hounding the whole time. Like it's not worth dying over.
Right.
So that was
Yeah, I think they
development
they should have made him want some donuts.
And there was no
Yeah, yeah.
donuts.
No
Yeah, no
donuts.
donuts.
Come on, you got to do the donut. So So okay, so I think we've talked about it. What do you guys rate? Because
one more thing. So his transformation at the end, because we kind of talked
Oh, yeah,
about
yeah.
like the one winged angel thing. But
oh yeah.
so what do you guys think? Like I like the hair adjustment.
Well, I
They did
also
when he changed.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
gonna
It's a
lie
little
though.
closer to his original style.
right.
I actually like that fight at the end, especially like when Nice was still trying to go for his dream, like even to the very
That was
end.
That's
cool.
what I said.
And that's the
best
scene
thing
between
about this
them-
show was Nice.
the relationship between them. It was just
Well, the whole time he was like,
really-
even when he was at the end, like he wanted Vash to join him.
100%.
I love
100%. The dynamic between them two, I think, is probably one of the best things I liked about the show.
It showed that a little bit more, where you kind of got a taste of it, but he seemed more like an evil villain.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looked like he was just trying to make.
Even though you knew, like if you read into the story enough, you knew it, but they didn't really just like.
But it just seemed like he was trying to ruin Vash's life.
Right.
As
That's
opposed
it.
to like turn him to his side.
Exactly, and he was also hurt by Vash and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Even though they did do that scene where he goes, I was hoping that they were gonna do it different. When remember Vash in the original, he goes to point his gun out and he's like, "You're gonna point your gun at me? You're gonna point your gun at me and betray me?" You know what I mean? Like, so that was kind of cool that they didn't really do it like that. But that's because they made him more like showing the love behind it, which was cool. But yeah, So we'll start with. I'm curious to start with Microsoft. Like, what do you rate it 1 out of 10?
Obviously, ongoing.
Yeah,
ongoing.
Yeah, it's not the full package. But so I'd 7, solid 7. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Yeah.
Man, I liked it. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Yeah.
And I'll give it a 9 if they remedy some of the things.
Yeah,
Some of the things we just talked about it, I'll give it a 9 or higher.
Yeah.
Depending on how the whole package is.
Yeah, if they make the silly, if they get some of that in there,
so especially it'll be the same if they do a second 12 episode season.
Yeah.
Or actually, it'll be slightly shorter because I think the original is
like
26.
25 or 26.
Yeah.
Right.
So but generally a 24 episode run is about the same. So
I'm interested.
They'll bring. I mean, I think it kind of
there's
looks
a
like
lot more space to do so. Oh, I do have a gripe, which is a spoiler. So if anyone listening or you don't want to hear about it, I'm hoping that Nice isn't dead.
I was just about to say.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't think he is, because remember the
think he
first
is
one he
either.
carried him off, they can regrow, and he can regrow really quick.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it kind of didn't show him disintegrate. I think he's gonna get a piece, like his body. He's gonna have it, and he's gonna take it somewhere. I think.
Also,
He's gonna have this failed regeneration.
Yeah.
So you're telling me in that blast,
I'm not telling
So
you.
you're
that.
telling
Flash.
me
flesh and muscle disappear before Nice hair. That feels the whole time.
that boy he had some good gel. You know what I'm saying? Okay,
that
so
good
we got
gel.
a segment. We're gonna start this. Now that you did that, we're gonna start this. It's a segment called "So You're Telling Me,"
Yeah.
and it's about ridiculous mechanics or things that happen in anime that it's like no way.
Yeah.
And so a couple.
Even in that world's like standard of normal, like it just is
Just a skull with
weird.
hair.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, a skull with hair. You're talking about a blast so powerful it's melting skin, flesh down to bone.
Right.
Hair was there, like the
You're like,
very last 2
nah,
seconds.
bro. I'll give you an example. What's a show? Did you give me daughters when I asked?
Mulan.
Mulan. So,
Oh, yeah.
okay, this is where we started this idea.
This is where the
I'm
joke
going to
came
start.
from.
This is going to be the segment, and we'll get more of these for you guys. So you're telling me,
What are we telling you?
Homeboy, I don't remember. It's been a while for this. Homeboy, you know the main bad guy, right? He big buff dude,
Yeah, yeah.
just a brute, right? You're telling me in one of the scenes when he's fighting against Mulan, he can literally jump through, boom, bust head first through the building, crash through it. There's a beam like this thick. You would not be able to bear. It would take you a while to saw through that thing. He gets up there and he's going to go after Mulan and can't pull himself because they stabbed a knife in his cape. And he just can't get away. He can't get away. I'm like, you just super powered your way through a beam that's bigger than your body.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's just so you're
Yo,
telling
that's a strong
me.
knife.
It's like, bro.
That's where it
like,
It's
eventually
Excalibur.
came from,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah.
It's Excalibur. That's
It's
why.
like, what kind of knife is that, bro? And what kind of cape is that?
I know. You need to go take that back to the tailor.
For real. But anyway, so that's the second. We'll have to add some of those in there.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, let's get into
Okay.
Well, let's kind of let's just move into, I think, AI, right?
Technology.
Technology.
Yo,
So this one,
okay.
we wanted to do this one last because we don't know how much you'll be interested in this. We're not some super studied people in this.
No.
We just hear what we
just
hear,
stuff
just
we've
like you
seen,
guys
yeah.
hearing about, ChatGPT and all this AI stuff in this world. We always catch ourselves talking about this and like, no, we got to save it for the podcast. And so we're so interested in that. Hopefully the conversation is good. Maybe they'll never see this if we just decide
Maybe
to,
not.
it
It's
doesn't go where we
wild.
want. But we want to talk about technology some for you guys. Yeah, let's talk about technology a little bit.
Specifically.
The AI.
Yeah, and after
Listen.
this, we'll do questions that you guys gave us on Discord. But let's get into a little bit.
Listen,
So
if y'all haven't been following AI information,
it's getting crazy,
it's
man.
getting insane.
So make sure to leave links if you guys have links. If you're interested, are you scared of this technology? Does it seem interesting?
Well,
Are
okay.
you excited for it?
There's some cool things. Okay.
Okay.
This is a really
First
dope
off,
stuff.
there's some
coming
dope stuff that you can do with AI, what you can do. But first, let's talk about the craziness of if y'all been listening to Drake's AI pack. know
Have you
what I'm
guys
saying?
been listening to music? I think that's the weirdest thing to it is like if AI can be creative,
Yeah.
if AI can be funny, that's where it gets kind of weird because it's like I've always seen AI and we might seem dumb in this stuff. I don't
Yeah.
just like follow. I didn't
yeah,
follow it until like a year or so ago where I kind of started watching it. But like it's always been like to me like cool. If we can create robots that have, kind of like personalities that can walk around and decide, what do you want me to do kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It gives humans less work to have to do and gives us more time to just be think tanks and be more like creative and maybe not have to work as much and, not have to kill ourselves and work until we're 70 and not live our lives. Right. And so, but
So
as it's getting these personalities, it's kind of just like, man,
So I can see.
what are we going to be here for?
Yeah. What is
Because
our
they're
purpose?
faster, stronger,
What is our
smarter,
purpose?
quicker. Faster and quicker is the same.
Yeah. It's the same.
But you know what I mean. I said we're dumb.
So there is some bad things, right? So there is some things that like for sure, right? One of the big things right now is the AI art, right? Because it's not actual art; it's just art that is taking from
Right.
other people's art,
Yeah.
which is kind of I can understand the frustration,
understand
especially somebody
As
who's
an artist.
drawn and stuff in the
But
past and the time.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Well,
in
wait.
some of
Can I
this.
finish?
No, I was saying that, and I was gonna let you go.
I'll let you
Chill,
finish.
bro.
I'll
Chill.
let you finish.
I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had the best video of all time.
No, go,
So now you made me lose my thought.
bruh.
What was I
If
saying?
you would have just let me
Artist.
interject.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can understand from an artist standpoint,
Copyright
right?
stuff.
Copyright, like it takes a long time
is-
to
it is
draw.
that.
It takes a long time thing. And if you look at the art, they always mess up on the hands. If you notice AI stuff, always
They're
mess
getting
up on the
better.
hands. They eventually will get
They're
better.
getting better too.
But they are pulling a lot of other people's art, so I can understand why people would be like, hold on,
Yeah.
like it's just recreating images from everywhere across the web, right? Now, if that junk can figure it out without doing that, that's a whole nother
There's
story.
different debates too. If you think about it, like everybody's kind of drawing ideas and from each other and different ways to shade things and different way to, you know what I mean? Like everybody's kind of like human race is kind of in ways just like memories and ideas and tactics passed down from different teachers and stuff like that. Like we're all kind of mimicking and taking things from each other. And so it's like there's that side of it, and it's just like,
Oh, is that your devil's advocate?
well, that's a piece of it.
So basically you're saying that we're already mimicking, we're taking styles and stuff from people already, right?
Right.
So we're already do that, but we're not necessarily copying other people's art. Now, some people are, but like most people are creating their own art from their own mind. You know what I'm saying? They're not,
Well,
they might
they're
mimic
taking
styles,
styles.
but AI is literally taking pieces of art and putting it together to make their art.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'm not smart enough to know if it's actually stealing the piece of art or if it's just because it creates its own picture, right? Like the picture's never been drawn before that's created.
At the end of the day,
it just pulls from the idea of it.
Right.
And so, but here it's tough because like if and I don't want to get beat up for this one, but like if the art's better, it's like if the art's better, it's kind of tough, right? Because like, okay. If you get, and again, some of this is just about because we're creators. Like I understand, like if something's taken from me, it's like that. It sucks, right? Technology's always been taking jobs from us and things from us for a long time. It's been, the checker at the check stand. He doesn't have to, that's gonna lose a lot of jobs. And the people figured out, okay, but somebody has to program those things and take care of those, and so you learn how to do these things. But it's just tough because if somebody can do the job, like let's say I'm not an artist, right? So obviously I'm not going to feel it the same. But if I need a profile picture, like that was a big thing going around, like done, I can like in the quality that the AI is going to be able to make it, I can spend what $500 paying an artist. Like let's be real, if it's going to be that same quality, doing it in a week to that quality. I mean, maybe an artist can do it in a day or two, like a really quick artist or something like that. But you're talking about minutes for. Usually like maybe especially a subscription, like $10 subscription or something like that. For a profile picture, it's like, I get it. I like art, but do people have to respect art as much as you do because you're the artist and vice versa, or any field? So it's just like a question to think about. You know what I mean? Like, do people have to, for your inconvenience is my convenience kind of thing. So that's an interesting thought that I've been thinking of. Is it worth somebody else's inconvenience for another person's convenience?
In a sense, it's the same thing as saying like, if you go to Walmart, as opposed to shopping local, you're right. Mom and pop shop,
or you going through the check stand,
right?
You know what I mean, or the self check versus the check stand.
So do you use those things?
But and that is how some. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your choice on how you choose to use that stuff. Yeah. But you got to realize you might be putting mom and pop's businesses out just for your convenience,
right?
Like,
and mama,
and your convenience is somebody just stealing other people's. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know the ins and outs of it, but like if it's just literally ripping stuff off, that's not.
Yeah, I'd honestly have to see how some of these,
that's not
what they pull for information in order to create the other one, or the other form of art, or if they're literally just like taking a picture and then like making minuscule adjustments.
Well, it's obviously making style, like so just like for example, the idea of I can take a hey, I want to see Dragon Ball Z in the style of who's the famous
Ghibli,
so it's like it's taking that person's style, but somebody also could just go draw a picture in that person's style. Is that the same thing?
Right.
If somebody goes and with their own hands draws a picture in a style of whoever, Studio Ghibli.
But that's what I'm saying.
Is that the same thing?
What I have to know is it doing that, or is it just taking pieces? That's what I don't know. If it's taking actual pieces of other people's art to create their art, then that is not right.
But like, is it literally taking like screenshots from Dragon Ball Z and screenshots from Studio Ghibli,
and then just doing its own thing?
Right. So like,
and that's where I'm not smart enough to know
to look at someone who already did like a Dragon Ball Z Studio Ghibli crossover.
And makes it similar with some minor changes or something like that.
So like,
I think there's going to be. Do
you guys know anything about that? Let us know.
There is going to be law. I think eventually you can see it right now with the Drake thing.
Drake's
they're already like
all the takedowns.
Yeah.
You can't sue anyone for it, but
right.
Yeah, you're not. Like, at some point, it's going to be a law where you're going to get in trouble for using somebody's voice and likeness without their permission.
Right. If somebody can like manipulate, if I can sound like Drake on my own. Right. And I make a stand-up bit or if I start making music, like how some people like have a similar voice, you're like that kind of sounds like J. Cole. You know what I mean? That dude does. If he decides, I'm just gonna sound a little bit more like J. Cole, because people are gonna does he get the takedown?
The ability for extra streams of revenue for artists, right? What if he just starts saying like whatever his normal feature cost is, you pay that, you can use an AI version. And I don't have to
I mean, there's some ways to potentially make money off.
And then he can also say, "I gotta write the okay." Like you can't.
Yeah, I need it.
But how close does it have to be as well?
Making me say some racist stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
That's.
So like,
I think that's
it's still gotta be okay. But
to me, that's like
you have rights to your likeness online.
Right. That's a scary thing, right? Because obviously, the more information you have, right? So like right now, how many videos we have reacting?
Right.
Like
Yeah,
a
we have-
thousand.
We can guarantee do something with your guys.
You could totally mimic our voice and we could be saying some wild stuff. And then, you know, especially nowadays, people judge before even knowing the story, you know? So,
Right.
you could get caught up in this fake thing and people are like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that.
that
And
will
then you
happen.
have to
And
prove,
That will happen.
you have
What
to
are you talking
prove that it wasn't you. Like, not that I think anybody come after, like, you know, we're not big enough, but like, I'm thinking
it's
stars
just
and
the
stuff like,
idea of it, yeah.
like famous people, like going after famous people and stuff like that. And eventually with deep fake and all that stuff, I could see where people can be concerned about that stuff.
And it's like anything, like anytime a major, because a lot of people say like with this ChatGPT and AI, it's like a major step forward for technology, right? It's like one of the biggest things. And with anything like that, whether it be the, you know, atom bomb or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you deal with your growing pains.
Yeah.
People got nuked and millions of people died or whatever.
Right.
And
God, let's hope not.
that sucks. I'm not saying I want that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying like there are growing pains with all this stuff, good or bad. And so we are going to have
Yeah,
to deal
there's
with
going to
that.
be laws and stuff like that. But I do agree to some extent. Like, I mean, the idea is about making human life as like easy and accommodated as possible. Like, at
Right,
the end
right,
of
right.
the day.
Well,
That's the thing.
Now there is some dope stuff that I think was like the AI in video games, right?
Right.
Yeah,
If you can figure out AI, right? There's a video Michael Shaw sent out.
I sent that. It was a TikTok that I saw. That it's essentially someone modded Skyrim to have AI in it. You have unique conversations. It's all voiced, and then they remember the conversation that you had.
How long is it? Is TikTok?
Yeah.
Let's pull it up.
I don't
We'll do some.
I don't know
whatever.
if he's logged into
Yeah, yeah.
TikTok.
Oh, TikTok.
yeah.
I can give it to. I mean, it's
We
fine.
can link. I'll probably.
Yeah, we'll
link
put some links. We'll add some
on it
links.
Just to go.
So-
on. It's super interesting though. Just like, and you start integrating stuff like VR and so like, into these things where
Yeah.
you can actually go have a conversation with an NPC, come back, have a new conversation that's unique to your
Every
character and that interaction.
And
Which
it
is
remembers.
crazy.
Well, that reminds me of ChatGPT because that was the first thing that I started really playing with.
Right.
And ChatGPT is impressive, dude. I like the things that I've done. Like I put in some ideas that I had for some like advanced stories. It's fast. It helps you like problem solve ideas. You can. I mean, there hasn't been anything I haven't been told ChatGPT helping with a story that it hasn't been like, sure, I got you, and spits out some pretty solid stuff, dude. Like,
Well,
so-
the impressiveness is how fast it's coming back.
Right.
So I think about it like this: how fast AI has grown, I think, is what everybody I think is kind of being like, oh man, I don't know.
It came out of
because
nowhere to your common person.
because now that it is out there, like it's going so fast.
Every
And what you
business
could-
is already even implemented. If you go to any business page, you'll see like an AI help with what XYZ.
Yeah.
Well, and AI has been major like business stuff has been integrated for a while.
Yeah, your basic customer service,
It's
answering
just-
questions.
Yeah, now that it's being used in things like art and
Right.
more subjective consumer stuff is now that replicating music and stuff like that.
And that's a crazy thing though too. Is like we said this when it can write a joke
Right.
that hasn't been heard before, but it's funny, or it can write a story that hasn't been told before, like in great detail. It is kind of scary because it does get rid of that creativeness, but it does also put creativeness into people's hands who maybe not. I don't know.
No, I'm just kidding.
But like into people's hands who might have ideas but can't express it correctly, right?
Or just don't know the form. Like I've never written a whole song before, and I had ChatGPT just run it, and then I was like, it wasn't the greatest song in the world, but
Right.
It
It was a tribute. It was a tribute.
It gave
It was
it
just a
gave me that
tribute.
structure, and I was like, okay, that's what a song. Looks
It
like.
gave
I
you
didn't
something that you might not have been able
I
to do on
wouldn't
your
have
own.
any idea how to put that into that kind of structure
Right,
in
right.
the first place. So like at least now I have a general idea. of,
Well,
like, how you do that.
Also, you can keep walking it through it. And then it remembers your last conversation. So the next time, like, hey, write a song like that one. It gets smarter the more you use it, which is crazy.
Well, okay, so let's talk about that then too, because
But then,
well,
so,
not
like,
that, but
that's a little bit of expression of you're still being creative because you're still leading
Right,
this
right, right.
thing to an end goal.
Correct.
they're just helping
It's
you.
just doing the honest. Like,
But
But
dope-
that's just right now.
the dope thing,
But that's also what they've released. That's not even the full version if you let it on its own.
well, and I guarantee you, it's not any version like our military is using.
Right.
When it comes to AI.
the dope thing
Or the
that I
creators.
think is because we watched the Unreal
Yeah.
thing too. The dope thing
Yeah,
is
yeah.
regular people who don't have access to the money and stuff that
Get
like
an
Hollywood have
Right.
and that type of stuff. If y'all watch that where they did the motion capture just on their iPhone,
Right.
like it's insane. And you add that stuff in there, and you add stuff like AI being able to
VR
move stuff, and
we were talking about
the little people can have a chance. At least.
You mean like short people?
No, I meant like the people who don't have huge
No, I know.
funding behind them. I'm not talking about little people. I'm talking about the people who don't have the funding behind them. Can do some things like that too, and have the ability to have technology there to kind of help them out. Like, I don't have to have, because it costs a lot of money to do a lot of that stuff.
To make a video game is expensive,
right?
And
so
fact
your
that
average
you can
person
go
now could
do it
potentially
now,
do it.
yeah, that just one person.
It's unlimited
can go
amount.
and do most of that.
But the
Of
scary,
course, yes, it's not going to be as good or as perfect currently
Right.
as a person who is a face rigger and actually records face capture.
right? Yeah,
Right.
But you can still get something that's readable and approachable, and that you can do.
Your
yourself
bare bones
with
just
no
throw
knowledge,
me
essentially.
together this basic idea.
Right.
You have like a really good blueprint
Right.
for what you need to do, and then you just need to build small things up on it.
Now the crazy thing is too is like artists, not just artists, but like actors and stuff too, and actresses and stuff. They could technically extend their life out longer with their voices and stuff. So they could
Which
be
is
their
that good or
estate
bad?
with their estate. But I mean, again, there's laws, right?
Yeah.
So you can say, hey, I want my estate to have access to my likeness and my voice and stuff like that to help them. So you can say Denzel, knock on wood, passed away,
No
right?
time soon.
No time soon, right? But
No.
you could put Denzel still in a movie.
Hell.
You could put Denzel
Not
still in a
today.
movie in his likeness, and his estate could get paid
Right.
for it.
And here's the other. There's so many sides of it. So check this out. How much does that take away from new artists coming up that have to always compete with the Denzels of the world and
better be a
things
good
like
actor.
that?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
yeah, but yeah, if your quality as your life as an actor is so good that you can compete with them.
yeah, because eventually you make it outdated. But here's the thing: you don't have to. You can update the quality. You can update it to because it can still be young. It can still be like, that's kind of outdated, saying words like that. So update it. Like it just,
But
it goes so deep.
There's always going to be a facet of just like there's generational stars always going to be
Right.
We have our TikTok stars that Gen Z is Gen A now are like that's their superstars.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
We have ours. We have Denzel and stuff, and like those cross in some form.
Once
but, like,
somebody's
there's always
so-
going to be the biggest star at that time is going to be from that generation.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
And but what another piece of that though is like there is a reason why a lot of people like these actors and actors universally, because there's a way they hold themselves and do it. So if you make a younger version, more hipper version, but say in the same kind of demeanor, you're going to be able to create kind of these actors and actresses that look real, that can vibe a little bit longer. Which I'm not. A lot of this stuff, it's just has me thinking like, is it good or bad?
Yeah.
Or
we
what are
won't-
the good sides? What are the bad sides to it? That's all I like.
We fully won't know if it's good or bad. It's
Still
gonna
we're
be
seeing
like
it.
maybe 5 or 10 years. Like we're not gonna know.
Yeah.
We're gonna not know. We can predict
We'll have
how
some
we
taste of
feel.
Yeah.
How we feel it can be,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But we won't know until it comes through. But here it is. It's coming one way or
It's
another.
coming.
Starting, yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
you can't stop it. It's too late. There's always going to be people and countries and good guys, bad guys that are wanting to push the technology forward. And so it's on its way.
Oh, and it's just human nature for us to grow, and
Continue
evolve,
growing,
and,
right? And it's like Elon Musk. I know a while ago was talking about how we need to slow down AI. We need to slow down AI, and it was just like you can't. You
I
can't
mean,
slow down
can-
something that's starting. You can build better morals into something,
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
how
say,
we
I
learn
think
and
it's
teach
more
our kids.
laws and stuff like that need to
You
be
can't
in
slow it
place.
down
Yeah.
because there's always going to be people that are
technology,
somebody
yeah.
that's into it. Like, I don't care. I'm going to go in my basement and learn to freaking do this
Right.
thing because you can make money off of it.
Right, and
You know what I mean?
especially when emerging technology, you want to be on the forefront of it.
Yeah.
Right.
But I do think there's gonna be some really cool things that can come from it, and there's gonna be
There's
some
gonna be weird stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't know.
we talk about ChatGPT. We talked about what's moving and gaming and things like that. I think that might be a good place to stop it because I can keep going.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this might be a good opportunity to get their input, what they want us to talk about, if they even like this, and then we can have the
What's
conversation
some
again
other
without
weird
exhausting
facets,
everything.
Too, though, if anyone has that, like, what is something that like you wouldn't expect?
And
AI
there
to be
is more we
used
could
in
talk
that's
about.
going- Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, are you interested? What fields is it being used in right now?
Right. Send us
Yeah,
some
different.
links.
Yes.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, what are you guys scared of in this thing? Do you guys think
What do you
we're
like
having a
about
good
it? 'Cause like I said,
conversation about it?
I think the implementation into video games is awesome.
Oh,
We
100%.
We
But
talk
then,
about
you
it's.
talk about likeness and stuff. That's scary.
I'm so
like,
interested and I'm so afraid.
yeah.
Like, the fear is there.
Excited and afraid at the same time.
Yeah. Just shaking in my boots. Yo, Let's close it out.
All right,
We've
all
done a
right.
good podcast. I've had a lot of fun. We got some. We're gonna do this every time, no matter what. Questions from the family. We're starting in Discord.
Yeah.
You can ask questions in YouTube.
Yeah, you can ask
We're
on
gonna
YouTube.
for sure get to the ones on Discord, and then so just
Oh,
go
well,
to our
then
Discord.
do you want to? Yeah, you want to do that?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go
let's
to
ask
the
questions.
We haven't done that yet.
Let's go to questions, and we're gonna update this. Eventually, we'll have a little segment breakers where we go into like make a questions from Red Moon and make it all corny and fun.
All right. So first one is from Muscle.
Okay, Muscle.
It says, "Who's your guys' favorite athletes?"
So I'm gonna just kick myself out of this only because I definitely have favorite athletes, but I don't watch hardly any sports anymore. That's Daniel Michelson, man. Like I'm the big, I watch my Seahawks. I watch, like I like basketball. I like the superstars. Of course, they're fun to watch. And so LeBron, Jordan, all that.
So
stuff.
I mean, for me, huge Seattle fan. We grew up in Vegas. Never had a sports team. They have one
Till
now after
finally,
we left.
but
So
kind of
when-
converted at this point.
Yeah,
15
when I
years
came
later.
up here. When I came up here,
Gotta like the Raiders
We
now.
got a team. Like
We
we
love
got a
them,
couple
though, but-
teams. We got the Sonics too, but they left like 2 years after I
Bro,
started going
yeah.
to watch
Hashtag
basketball.
Sonics back.
Yeah.
For real.
Bring them back.
So
Or
So
something.
football.
speaking of, so if we were gonna say Sonics, then like one of my favorite, Katie.
Kevin
is
Durant.
absolutely-
Yeah,
He'll
of
always be a
course.
Sonic to me.
well, if you're talking about basketball, I got a lot. I like.
Yeah,
lot of
I got a lot. But like,
once the Sonics went away, I started following a lot. Obviously, you see, I'm wearing a Portland outfit.
Yeah, we got into a couple games. You know what I'm saying?
Dame is that guy.
Yeah.
Steph is that guy. Obviously,
Kurt,
LeBron.
yeah, I mean,
LeBron.
Allen Iverson is huge. Allen Iverson. Last
Jordan, we grew
Michael
up in
Jordan. Yeah. The last LeBron. The last game that the only game that I saw of the Sonics, and the last game that was there that they played was against the 76ers, and I got to watch Allen Iverson play, so that was dope. But yeah, like there's a lot. I like Derrick Rose, even though he got injured. My guy was a great basketball player, fire. But as far as football,
I like right now. I love DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf.
DK, he's such
Cam
a
Chancellor's
personality.
my
Cam
guy.
Chancellor.
Cam Chancellor's my guy. One of my favorite players.
Yeah.
I used to have the Super Bowl jersey. It burnt down in the fire we had, but Cam Chancellor Super Bowl jersey, man, that's my guy right
Marshawn
there.
Lynch is
Marshawn
a
Lynch. I
personality.
mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like other people in football, but like I said, I really focus.
We are Seahawks.
We are
fans.
Seahawks fans.
Yeah, I mean-
at the end of the day,
And there are some good players on it. Or what's his name? Jamal Williams. He's on the Saints now. Was on the Lions anime.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
yep.
Dude's super.
Starting to
hilarious,
see anime
great
coming to
spot.
sports is so
Yeah,
dope.
dude's funny.
yeah.
Like, yeah, there are a ton of players on other teams that I like, but like my favorite football players are normally Seahawks.
We watch a lot. I say a lot of basketball and football more
Yeah.
than anything. Watch a little bit.
I
of
mean,
golf.
I've been watching
just started
a lot
getting
of
into hockey.
Yeah,
because
So,
we got the Kraken.
Blue
Shout out to
Bow.
the Krakens. They're tied
We're in
2
the
and 2.
playoffs
doing
right
good.
now.
They're doing good.
Second year.
I be
you know what
clowning
I'm
them
saying?
about watching hockey, you know what I mean? Because like we didn't grow up watching it. It was always like the, you know what I mean, like the you watch hockey, you know what I mean. But hockey games are super fun to go to, and if your team's winning,
I mean,
you
we
got
grew
to
up
jump
in
on
a
that
church
bandwagon
that
a
was
little bit.
attached to an ice rink.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah, but we weren't just like, let's go play some hockey, But yeah,
That's some of them. That's some of them.
Seattle's Washington's doing good. They're doing good for
Yeah,
sports.
was it like Seattle, the Storm?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Sue Bird,
Sue Bird is
the greatest, probably one of the
Insane,
greatest
right.
athletes of all time. She's
right.
a 5-time champion, consecutive.
for the longest.
Yeah,
they
like-
were outside of the. I think the Sonics brought a trophy here like in the 70s.
Yeah,
But the Storm had 5 championships or 6 championships to Seattle before even before the
Seahawks won a
did. Yeah.
Super Bowl. Yeah,
So dang, I didn't know that. Yo, what next? Get me out of sports, man. I don't watch enough, bro. It's all nerd stuff.
all right, we'll roll in the next.
Next
one.
question.
All right, next
Shouts out Muscle.
question. Yeah, that was from Muscle. All right, Hashtag ass.
What's up, Aztec?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
We happy to have you in the
What's
Discord.
We react
weirdest
just on
rabbit
YouTube.
hole you've ever
Oh
fell
yeah,
down?
yeah.
like conspiracies or insane fandoms.
Yo,
AI's
Like,
been
it's just
huge.
on YouTube, so
AI?
it's super niche.
I
AI,
can-
I
so
think we're
AI
getting into pretty
AI.
crazy.
different dimensions. I like
Yes.
understanding like the different dimensions and then being in a simulation.
Simulation ones are
It's the-
good.
Man, I can't tell you how lost I got in like trying to, you know, figure out if we're in a simulation or not.
Well, so our story brain really has us interested in a lot of that stuff. And I think that's why I'm also drawn towards AI. It ties in a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's interesting to think about, and it also helps us be creative. But it's kind of weird how technology is getting where you're just like, wait, let me rethink this, because like you could make a little more sense every year we get deeper into technology, and it's kind of weird. You know, they always talk about how if you know, like you say it too, Dan, you're like, when if we ever can actually get into an artificial world, or you know what I mean, like a VR or something like that that seems so real to us, it's probably a good chance that we are in a simulation. And once we see that it can be created,
right?
It's either we are, or we are the first ones that will be creating that. But
it's just a crazy thing to go down.
Yeah, there's a bunch of weird. I was trying to think and I forgot to write stuff down, but like there's a bunch of weird rabbit holes you'll just go down.
Oh, yeah.
Well, YouTube,
I go into like a lot of like the Area 51 stuff.
Yeah, I've done that.
Aliens, for
Sasquatch, of course.
Yeah, Joe Rogan be taking me down some crazy freaking rabbit holes. A lot of like just ancient pyramids and worlds before. I've gone down crazy rabbit holes.
I went down a little rabbit hole about Stevie Wonder not actually being blind.
Oh yeah,
that's a fun rabbit hole.
I felt like there was a rabbit hole we were just talking about today. Like, oh, don't go down that rabbit hole. I don't remember.
Yeah,
there's a ton. Let us know some you guys have been
also
on.
when you're in a different mind state too. Sometimes we'll just leave it there.
Right.
You definitely dig way too deep.
Oh yeah, deeper. You know, yeah, and I'm always pondering, like what's there, what's it really all about?
It's like you said, it's also just it's just the story brain.
Yeah,
right.
Just like
I like going down that route. Sometimes I have to stop.
Parts of the universe and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Illuminati.
Of course. Yeah, because Jay-Z.
Sorry.
Oh, hey, we trying to get in. Yeah. Illuminati, we trying to get in. No, I'm just kidding.
Hit us up.
As long as you don't got to do no creepy stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Where do I put my application?
We'll go in an entry level bracket where we get like a decent amount of money, but we don't got to do the weird stuff. We don't got to go to no Epstein Island kind of stuff.
The upper echelon.
Or like another one I went down to. It's not like conspiracy or anything. Like and one basketball. Y'all remember that?
Oh yeah.
I went down there.
What's the small dude? Professor.
Yeah,
man,
he's still
crazy.
doing it right now.
He's still.
But I went down there. I watched video after video of video, just trying to remember, because I remember the tape.
Rap battles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, rap battles.
The rap battles you can get lost.
Debates. I'll get in debate. I do a lot of YouTube rabbit holes. So
yeah.
All right, that's good. We covered it. Let us know yours. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything we should get into?
Yeah. Is there anything
that's not
like
gonna creep me out too
interesting?
much?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Not
slender.
And no weird. We're not weirdos too much. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't.
But
like
if it's
interesting,
interesting, like time travel stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
stuff like that.
I've been down time travel videos.
Yeah. We're old, bro. We've been down them all. Really. Like. There's probably not many that we haven't been down. You know
in my short 29 years. So
I've
been down a lot.
Same thing. What's the next question?
The next one is from Nisox.
Oh, Nisox. Oh, I know this one.
it's
and I have an answer.
Why will Jerry never beat me in a fight?
That's a good question.
You know why? Because of this guy. I'm holding up my arms and showing you the guns. No,
that's why you'll never beat him.
You know, I probably never will. I probably never will.
Because you can't put hands on a child.
First off, I don't put. I mean, I'm about to have a baby. He's gonna be a couple years younger than you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, I don't hit girls first off, and kids that are still in diapers. And so
you gonna take that?
You gonna have to take that dub.
By default. He's
by default.
Yeah.
No, for those that don't know, Nisox is actually a mod.
Yeah.
And she's always picking on me, bro. Like I didn't even do nothing. And
you didn't get no it's gonna goes right. That's what you did.
That's cap, bro. Y'all still ain't believing.
Even though I tried to defend you on the icebreaker today,
I got at least
the hardest job.
I got at least 2 points.
Yeah, I got an easy pick on the icebreaker.
No, but shouts out Nisox. That's my rival for sure.
Oh, yeah.
What's the next question?
Be a battle there.
Always.
It's Tricks.
All right, Tricks.
So he wants to know who's got the most riz between all of us.
I have a nose ring, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, you guys see that curly head dude in TikTok?
It's a multi-parter from him. But we'll go ahead.
yeah.
Jerry
Well,
thinks he has the most riz.
Well, I do, but like besides me having the most riz, do you guys see that TikTok dude that does the riz? He tries to riz up girls and stuff like that. And he's just like super cringe and stuff like that, dude. Like
That's Jerry.
no, like, bro, we all got. I mean, we got our, we got good girls. I don't know, like
Yeah, I was
we
gonna say,
got
I
some
don't
good
think
ones
we ever
early.
had issues or like
yeah.
been on the outside of having a problem with ladies.
Yeah,
you
no.
know?
We also
Jerry's a really good salesperson too.
Yeah.
So he's very good at
He
selling
can
his.
sell you junk.
yeah. I gotta do what I gotta do, guys. Gotta feed the fam. Riz wasn't even around when we were risen.
It was swag.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. It probably wasn't even that. It was just courting. Shall I court you, a young honey?
We were playing lutes and stuff. You know?
Oh man.
Shall I take you to this
I remember
dance?
Riz. I had to be like, I'm so old. This how old I am. I had to be like, people. You know
I
how
had
like lingo
Google it
starts
the first
popping
time.
up, and you're like, what'd he say, Riz?
You're like, I gotta get on this before I'm too old.
I look over at my wife or Daniel, whoever's there, like, what's Riz? And we're always just like, I don't know. And you'll be like, go ask
Urban
Aaliyah or something
Dictionary.
like that. What's Riz?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, or Urban Dictionary, bro. We ain't up on it like that.
Yeah, I was behind on that.
For real.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's the next question, Brett?
So Trix also asked, why is Muscle addicted to hentai?
We ain't gonna get into that. And we don't judge. We don't judge.
That's-
No judgment.
Like what you like, love what you love.
No,
That's
but
between Muscle and his therapist.
Right.
Yeah.
And I did see Muscle respond and said this cap or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So hey,
You know
that's
what? Yeah.
you guys go
Like what you
slide
like,
into
love
the
what you-
Discord and ask him that. You know.
Yeah.
What's next?
Uh,
I think there's like 5 or 7. or
yeah,
something.
yeah. Let's see. Another one from Muscle. Oh, wait. That's the same picture. You sent me 2 of those.
Oh yeah. I was interested. No, I was gonna-
He says, who's this from? Is this Kana? Is Trix? Who is this?
What does it look like?
Who's the asterisk now?
I think that's it's Kana.
That's Kana. Okay.
Actually, let me see.
No, that's not Kana, because Kana is like,
First Kana should be in orange. Actually.
yeah.
That's Dang,
I don't have Discord open to check. So
Dang. Let me check on my phone. I'm spacing.
I'll come back on it.
That's not disaster, is it? Right?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
it's not disaster. Why am I spacing it?
Just go to the next one
Yeah,
while he's
yeah.
looking.
Y'all need to stop changing your name so much, bro. I don't get it. Noel.
Noel. Okay.
No, there you go. Okay.
Noel. Okay, read it.
Okay. He says, what's y'all's Riz name? I'll go first. Mine's Jack the Rizzer.
Yeah, I like that one. Dang, Riz name. Man.
I have no idea.
Jerizzle.
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 There you go. Wouldn't mind just be Michael Rizzle.
That's cheap.
What about Danny Riz?
That's kind of nice.
Danny Riz.
Danny Riz.
That sounds like my actor name, bro. Like
Danny Riz.
Jamie Foxx's name is not actually Jamie Foxx.
Bringing to the stage, Danny Riz, everyone. Tell us a joke,
Riz
Danny
game.
Riz.
Surprisingly,
Riz
a lot
game
of-
on
A
point.
lot of actors who like changed their what is John Wayne.
Yeah. There's so
Originally
many,
John Wayne.
That's so crazy.
bro. I
That's
don't
so
know.
crazy.
You guys give us.
That's
our Riz
another
name.
rabbit
That's your
hole.
job.
That's
Yeah,
another rabbit hole.
Let
Yeah,
us know what our Riz names. would
Yeah,
be,
yeah,
what
yeah.
you
The best
think for
one-
each of us, 'cause
Best one.
Rizinator.
I don't know. We'll do something
I'll
for you.
change to my Discord name for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. As long as it's
The
not
best one.
Okay, best
The best
one.
ones.
Yeah, we'll vote. We'll have a Discord. We'll vote something like that. Maybe we'll even run polls.
We'll take the best and pick a poll for each of us. That
Yeah.
you guys can vote on.
and
out
you guys
of
will
vote,
be our name.
we'll change it for like a week or however long.
Yeah,
They have to be appropriate.
but they'll be voted.
Ish, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, what's the next question?
All right, one from Logan, who says he has a
Shouts out
question.
Logan.
Would you ever have a viewer on the podcast?
Bet.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
I mean-
for sure. I mean, the podcast is kind of like, in a way, our holy grail. So we're being careful with it and strategic. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are the reason we do this thing, and there's no reason we wouldn't.
or possibly if we want to do that for the 9 or 10K giveaway as a podcast,
Something like that.
Oh yeah.
That could be.
If you
definitely
won
be
the
something to
10K,
do.
you could come on the podcast.
Yeah, that
and
might
talk
be
a
With
little
how
bit.
many
Yeah.
channels we have and the TikTok thing and all this stuff, all the prizes we want to do for you guys, it's like it's so hard to balance like how we can manage it, and that's why it's just slowly becoming little things. We try to do the anime watch parties, which we will do again.
Yes.
But it's like, oh, let's do this. We're so excited to do it, and then you're like, We don't have time to do it.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah, yeah.
we're gonna do it. So that's what's happening. But yeah, we're gonna talk to you guys. We're gonna
Yeah, we'll
stream with
definitely
you
have
guys.
you guys on stuff. But I don't know if we'll do the 10K because like
It might not be
coordinating. Not everyone's gonna want to be like on and talk.
Yeah.
So like we might do a pool or something like that at 10K of people who do want to be on.
And it might be a segment of it. It might be because we're really gonna be like talking about like what we're interested in. We'll pull you guys in.
Probably
or
in an
something.
anime section or something like
We
that.
still gotta-
Nerdcore section.
We even got to figure out how we're gonna interview some of these artists because we still got to be some setup in our room for
Yeah,
Discord and stuff like that. So absolutely, why would we not?
Yeah, we want to. Like we said, this podcast is about talking to you guys as much as
Right.
possible. So we
Right.
definitely want, if we can physically get on a call and talk to you guys, then
There's no
we wanna
questions.
do
There's no
it.
questions. Was that it?
no, I got one more.
One
One
more?
more.
Oh, yeah, from Lothar.
Hey,
Yeah. What's up? What's
Meme
up? What's up?
King.
Ooh, yeah.
That guy-
I told him one time.
he's
I was
so
like,
funny.
He posted something normal, and I just like scrolled past
like-
because I thought it was a meme, and then I actually went back to go watch it. 'cause I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is something normal.
You're just like, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that?
I was just like, oh, another meme, and I was like, oh no, he actually said something normal.
Yeah, no. Shouts out, man. That guy
Uh,
keeps me entertained in
yeah, he
Discord.
does.
Always.
And yo, I've been in Discord.
memes
I've
are
been
so
slacking
funny.
in Discord. Last
Well,
couple
I
days.
switched over phones and I can't. I'm horrible with
Oh, yeah.
passwords. I can't log into it, so that's why I haven't been able to interact lately.
Why I gave you
Sometimes
guys
we get a chance to
password
jump in.
managers.
I got
But
it.
I can't even get into my
I got it.
email
Don't talk to me. Talk
to
to this
do
guy.
it.
No, but what is it?
Who
All right,
said
what's
that?
the question?
So he said, "Who is your favorite mod, and why is it not Kana?"
Yeah.
Well, 'cause
the reason it's not
Kana's
Kana
a
is because you know why? I talk about this every once in a while. Kana still owes us a growl
Oh, he
Oh,
does.
he does.
from Twitch,
His,
and he never did that. And he
We
back. You
spent
know, I
channel
almost
points.
unmodded
We spent channel points. to
channel,
get a
and I
growl.
never even got a read from him. That's great.
And he,
Dang, you
all
call him
all
out?
a man has is his word. You know,
his
what I'm
mic was convenient.
Oh shoot! Okay, so then growl right now, like re-growl.
Yeah.
So we're gonna still.
So that's why Kana's not
but-
our favorite mod.
Maybe I'll give him because we still got some mod prizes that we haven't gotten out.
we
So
gotta get those
yeah,
out.
yeah.
maybe we'll call.
And I
it
love all our
even.
mods. I love all our mods.
It's like your parent. You know what I mean? I love all my children the
I could never
same.
pick. Kana's
I
been
could
the
never.
longest.
Kana's been the OG.
Yeah, he's our original mod.
And so we appreciate that. And so, no,
But then
I mean,
you know what? Jerry and Neox have.
I
a
know we got that
hilarious
battle.
Yeah, it's
that's,
prob-
that's forever. No, I mean, really, dude, our mods have been dope.
Yeah.
Like
They're
they've
all
helped
awesome.
us so much, and like we hope to incorporate you guys even more in different ways. And so I really, I mean, we like all you guys. So
Facts.
yo, real quick, I had a lot of fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
This was a fun one for me. I think bringing Michael Sean and that dynamic. He shouts out to Michael Sean for the IT support. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for
Like
real.
It's been a
that,
struggle.
I think I know, but I think we're gonna build it, make it better and better.
Yeah,
I think that we'll do like video transitions and all this stuff, and we'll get a soundboard in here or a stream deck,
Stream Deck. Yeah.
things like
We'll
that,
work on
and it brings a good element. Mike's gonna be cool to come in here.
Yeah.
Well,
Again.
I think this time too, we were able to really get deep into some conversations, which is
And
always
we were
fun.
caught up on like some of us
More of the
missed
things.
shows and stuff like
Right,
that.
right.
And like again, we didn't have specific notes because like halfway through Trigun, I realized like, oh, maybe I should actually just honestly.
And we're
take
all
it.
we all got our own lives, and so
Right.
it's hard to get to everything. We can't just be selfish and not give our time to our families and stuff like that. So it's a struggle, dude.
But yeah, as we get the format and
Somebody said
more structured,
right, like we'll maybe
we'll
it
still
narrows
be kind
down.
of be on the fly, but like we'll be a little more structured in terms of things that we want.
Making sure we're watching all the stuff,
and
yeah,
we're,
maybe
we're
less
still figuring
things
out the
and going
timing
deeper
too,
into 'em.
like how much time we're gonna do it. Like, is it too much? Is it too less?
Well, and the thing,
like-
the way I'm thinking right now is just have fun with it. I mean, where we're gonna get 500 views max, 400 views max on these, and so as we're learning it, it could be 2 hours. You guys, we'll try to add timestamps, but even if we don't, you guys can fast forward to it. We're not trying to be like, we understand the watch time is gonna be what it is,
Well,
but
it's
we're
also
hoping to
like,
give you guys
are
content
are
while you're
just
driving and
throwing
stuff.
this on it. Yeah, not even like watching. Are you just listening? And I mean,
Yeah,
that's how
actually,
most
let
people
us
do
know. We're gonna-
podcasts, 'cause we don't want to do too much visually if most of you are just listening.
Right.
I don't want to start doing something to where you're like, well,
Well,
now
we
I
want
have
to try to
sit
get
down
them
and
on
watch
the
it.
like
We still want to do
Spotify and all that
something.
stuff.
Spotify, iPod, all that stuff. I think people are done. This has been long enough. We appreciate.
Thanks
you
for
guys,
kicking it.
man.
Thank you.
This is one of the. I love the reaction. I love all this stuff. But this is where I
Hopefully.
feel like we really.
This is, I
gotta
love
get it to.
because it's an excuse for us just to sit down and,
And
talk about
talk,
stuff we're
right.
gonna talk about anyways, But
And then hopefully we can get an artist, here shortly, and then
TBS stops dodging.
We might have to jump on one with Mix, and then once we get a hold of DPS, maybe I just have to call them
Yeah.
and then try to make something happen or something. But it's gonna happen, baby.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's gonna be. a
Yo,
good
we
one.
love you guys.
Yeah, we love it. We love this freaking
Thanks for hanging out
family.
with us today.
Appreciate you guys, and we'll catch
Red
you on the
Moon
next podcast.
out. Peace.
Peace.